And good evening to you. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports. Tonight we're live from Glenn C. Smithfield in Pittsfield, Illinois, as the 0-4 Pittsfield Sockies take on the 4-0 Maroa Forsyth Trojans. Good evening to you. I'm Charlie Holt. John's alongside tonight. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. They're always an impressive outfit, the Maroa Forsyth Trojans, and Coach Josh Jostis has been at it for a while now, and he's turned this program into a juggernaut that competes at the highest level year in and year out. The Sockies trying to get some traction in this 2022 football season. They find themselves at 0-4, and a loss tonight would eliminate them from playoff contention. The last time the Sockies made the playoffs was the fall of 2009. We'll talk more about the matchup on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
I am Shelley Brinicke. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with locations in Pittsfield, Berrien, Liberty, and Hannibal, Missouri. Great Rivers Bank is here to serve you with all of your banking needs. Learn more about all the services they can help you with at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Maroa Forsyth out on the field warming up right now. This is a program that 4-0 again this year, highly ranked in Class 2A, and it seems like it's kind of a same old when you start talking about Maroa Forsyth. This is a program, John, that always puts a quality product together, a community that not too far from the Decatur area, and they get some folks moving into that area that maybe don't want to live directly in the Decatur area, but it's pretty hard to argue with. They're an impressively consistent outfit.
They are. They're a slightly larger school now than they have been in some years past, as they're in 2A now, so they had been pretty consistently in 1A for years.
Well, the thing about it is when you take a look at when this coaching staff took over at Maroa Forsyth back in the 2000-2001 season, they went 1-8. The next year they went 4-5. The year after they went 1-8. The year after they went 4-5. And since that point, they've not missed the playoffs or won less than, well, unless you count the COVID season, won less than 8 games in a year. And they have a couple of state championships to their name, including wins in the fall of 2006 and the fall of 2012, and then runner-ups in 2009, 2010, 2014, 2016, 2017, and 2018. And, man, you're making it that far in the playoffs each and every year. You're definitely doing something right. And we saw this team last year, and it's been a while since Pittsfield had to travel to Maroa, so that is a little bit of a positive if you're a Socky fan. But what we saw, the biggest thing out of this team last year was the speed. And it's one of those things that, again, doesn't happen by accident. The same guy coaching football coaches track, and you see a lot of those athletes crossing over.
Yeah, I was going to say Maroa has had the the rarity of a 1A football player who's getting watched by D1 programs, and that does not happen very often, but it certainly has at Maroa at least a few times in the last 15 years that I can think of.
It is a cool evening. It looks like the rain is going to subside here before game time, but it has rained most of the afternoon here in the Pittsfield area, and so that's going to make the plane service a little more treacherous here tonight. And we'll have to see how the wetness of everything comes into play. But definitely much cooler than we saw on just Tuesday. It was 95. Today's high is 59 degrees. Just flip those number around, and you have the same thing, right, John? It's
I mean, the grass looks good still, Charlie, for this, game week 5 of the season. And I mean, I think as dry as it had been, surely the field could take some rain.
I would say so, and we'll see how it is able to hold up here this evening as the teams take place. There was no freshman game last night, so that didn't come into play as far as a game played last night. So the turf should be fairly fresh here this evening. We'll talk more on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show about 20 minutes away from the kickoff of this contest between Maroa, Forsyth, and Pittsfield on Central Illinois Sports.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
Hi, this is Clint Weir. As a law enforcement officer, you trust me every day to fight for justice and seek the truth. You trust me to serve your family and your friends with compassion and understanding. And most importantly, you trust me to lead Pike County with grace and dignity. Now I'm asking you to trust me once again. My little brother, Gage, is running for Pike County Treasurer. As Treasurer, Gage will continue to fight for transparency and fairness to ensure that Pike County continues to be the best place to live and raise a family. You put your trust in me to serve my community. Now I'm asking you to trust my little brother, Gage Weir, to continue a legacy of quality and excellence. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Both teams have retreated to their locker room areas for some last-minute pep talk and game planning. They'll be taking the field here in just a bit in preparation for tonight's matchup. Maroa Forsyth trying to get the 5 that you need to be playoff eligible. Pittsfield trying not to be eliminated from the playoffs here tonight. So far on the season, Maroa Forsyth, they put up some points, folks. 61-12 winners against Pleasant Plains in Week 1. Beat Auburn 39-13 in Week 2. Defeated Petersburg Porta 56-8 in Week 3. And last week defeated Riverton by a score of 77-7. On the Saki side of things, well, it's not been quite as easy. Athens beat them 40-0. Stamford Olympia 51-12. Williamsville 42-0. And New Berlin last week 39-7. And what you would have to say is probably the most disappointing loss yet on the schedule for the Sakis. A game they led 7-0 with under a minute left in the first half, gave up 2 scores, and then never scored again in the second half of play. And while the offense looked better from the passing game last week, John, the run game is something that has been basically non-existent for the Sakis, and I know that they've made some adjustments on the offensive line to try to help out some of those things.
Yeah, and Charlie, we've talked about, it's hard to get positive yardage when your running back is starting as deep in the backfield as the Saki's start them right now out of the pistol, especially if you don't have linemen who are going to be able to get control of those linebackers, especially as quick as most linebackers are in this league.
Elsewhere in the Sangamo Conference this evening, Williamsville is at Athens, in what should be a dandy matchup of two teams who are 4-0 on the year. Auburn looking to get back to the winning ways after losing to Athens 22-14 last week. They're at Petersburg Porta tonight. New Berlin is on the road at Stanford Olympia trying to keep their hot start alive. They're 3-1 on the year. And Pleasant Plains is at Riverton this evening trying to win back-to-back contests. The Sakis are here tonight. Next week they are at Pleasant Plains, followed by a home game against Auburn on October 7th at Porta on, this is the 14th, but I believe that game actually will end up being a Saturday game on the 15th. And then they will be at home against Riverton in week 9, and again a game that has a possibility of being played on a Saturday with a possibility of not having officials secured for that contest on Friday night. The Great Rivers Bank pregame show, the folks at Great Rivers Bank could help you right now. They got some great CD specials going on if you're looking to make an investment and making sure your money works for you. Check them out. And you can learn more about those rates at greatriversbank.bank or give them a call or just stop by any of their locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, or Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvement's 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman, Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. We also will have action for you tomorrow afternoon in Jacksonville, as the Jacksonville Rockets will play host to Camp Point Central in a WIVC North matchup. That game's slated for 1 o'clock with a pregame show around 12:30 here on Central Illinois Sports. As we talked about, the rain has appeared to be maybe in the past at this point in time, and should be dry throughout most of the play tonight. This Maroa Forsyth squad, well, they're very, very fast. We saw Caden Maurer start as a quarterback as a sophomore last year. And, John, you look at Maurer, he's kind of an unassuming young man, 5'6", 135 pounds, but he can scoot, and he's got a pretty good arm for a guy that's no bigger than he is.
Yeah, Charlie, I unfortunately had to work last year, so I watched an awful lot of the game from my desk at the hospital last year. But they were impressive on the offense last year for sure, and they scored pretty much at will.
Yeah, at will, and Jimmy and Joey and anybody else that got on their way. This is a team that can put up points and do it in a hurry, and speed is the name of the game. The Sockies will really want to try to ball control on the offensive side the best they can, and that's not been something they've had much success with so far this year.
Yeah, Charlie, we were having a conversation before we started. I said, if you have one of those big running backs who's really playing that ball control game like Pittsfield has had over the years, this is the perfect kind of game to try to play that team that wants to play speed, because it's going to be probably not great footing, and you can really take advantage of that with that running back, and unfortunately Pittsfield just has not found that yet, at least.
They have not, and hopefully tonight is one of those nights they're going to make an adjustment. As I said, they've made an adjustment on the offensive line. They've taken Jaron White and Tracer Mowen, who they feel like are the best two linemen. They've put them on the same side of the line now, and they moved White from a tackle to a guard position. You're going to see Dax Nutter back in the lineup. It looks like he's healed up from that meniscus injury. Ethan Thompson, a senior who's been playing very hard for the Sockies, going to be in there as well. And Cordell McKee, who's just a sophomore. And that's the thing I think people need to, pump the brakes on some of the negativity that has surrounded the Pittsfield program. You're basically playing, for the most part, a fresh, soft team when you take the field, especially those lineman spots. And the Sangamo Conference is not one of those places to really learn on the fly and think you're going to be extremely successful.
Yeah, I mean, that's been certainly true, especially, like you said, at the line position. And, a couple of those guys had to start last year. At least one of them, White, was starting as a freshman last year on the line, too. So, just a tough thing for sure in this conference. And, it's going to got to be, lots of work put in the offseason to get faster and get stronger because that's what it's going to take.
Well, the Saki band has not been deterred by the cool, or wet weather this evening. They've taken the field here at Glen C. Smith Field and are going to play our national anthem. As they do that, we step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups for this contest. Maroa, Forsyth, and Pittsfield on Central Illinois Sports.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say, Pepsi, please, at your local county market. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon Boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your Nutrient Crop Consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver.
Well, nice job by the Saukey Marching Band with our national anthem here this evening. It's also Military Appreciation Night at Glenn C. Smith Field. So they introduced the daughter of Travis Helke, Callie Helke, who is here representing her dad. Travis is serving his country right now on a deployment in Africa. We thank him and his fellow military members for their service and all of the folks who are serving around the country and the world protecting our freedoms. Let's take a look at our starting lineups this evening, brought to you in part by Trucks LLC. For all of your diesel repair needs, call Trucks. Trucks is currently operating with mobile service units at this time as their new building is being constructed in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Trucks looks forward to helping the local communities with all their diesel needs. Call Trucks 217-922-0044. And be sure to like Trucks on Facebook. That's TRUX Trucks. Let's meet the Maroa Forsyth Trojans first of all. Starting at left tackle will be Cash Payne, the 6'1", 185-pound senior. Next to him will be the left guard, Mason DeVore. DeVore is a junior, 6'4", 260 pounds. Andrew Munjoy plays the center and nose guard position. He's a 6'1", 260-pound junior. Christian Morgan starts at right guard, the 5'9", 205-pound junior. And Kane Eigener starts at the right tackle position. He's also a junior, 6 foot, 185 pounds. At the tight end spot is Drillin Balazzi. Balazzi is a 6 foot, 185-pound senior. Starting in the slots tonight, Jacob Blunk, the senior, 5'9", 155 pounds, and Braxton Mitchell, the 5'8", 145-pound junior. Zane Giles starts at the wide receiver spot, a 6'2", 180-pound junior, along with Mitch Williams, a sophomore, 6 foot, 155 pounds. And in the backfield at the quarterback spot is Caden Maurer, the 5'6", 135-pound junior. Aiden Reiser will be in the backfield at the running back spot. He's a 6 foot, 190-pound senior for Maroa Forsyth. For the Pittsfield Saukeys, Dax Nutter starts at the center spot. He's a 5'9", 240-pound sophomore. Starting at the right guard is Ethan Thompson, the 5'11", 165-pound senior. At the right tackle, Cordell McKee, the 6 foot, 210-pound sophomore. Jaron White starts at the left guard tonight, the 6 foot, 225-pound sophomore. And Tracer Mowen is the left tackle, 6'1", 210 pounds, and a junior. At the wideout spots, McKelvey Moore, the 5'9", 160-pound junior. Jeremiah Jackson, the 5'11", 150-pound senior. Connor Allen, the 6'2", 185-pound junior. And Elijah Leonard, a 5'9", 170-pound senior. Laney Elliott starts at the running back spot. He's a 5'10", 180-pound senior. And Javen Petty starts at quarterback. He's 5'10", 150 pounds, and a junior. Starting lineups also brought to you in part by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express sees patients ages 18 months and older with no appointment necessary. Learn more about the services offered at Illini Express by visiting IlliniHospital.org. A final break here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll kick it off next as the Saukeys and the Trojans go head-to-head from Pittsfield.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
Well, the captains and coaches are meeting with the officials at midfield to determine the coin flip for tonight's contest. Pittsfield in the home camouflage uniforms with the red numbers and black trim. Maroa Forsyth in the visiting whites with the blue numbers, black trim, and black pants here this evening. Well, a crowd on hand that is probably larger than I would have expected given the weather and some of the other factors that go into play when you have a team like Maroa coming to town. I mean, hey, it's not like, hey, you mean to give you a big secret? They're 4-0, Pittsfield's 0-4. That's a factor, right? For some people, they're not going to come to that game. I mean, you just want to put it really honest, because I'll be honest with you. The Sakis have their hands full tonight. Pittsfield won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so that means Maroa Forsyth will start with the ball on the return side of things. The wind is blowing from the left to the right, so from the east. And so Maroa Forsyth will have the wind at their back to start things here this evening. Tonight's kickoff is brought to you by Bowlers Universe, open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays until midnight, Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer many menu items from burgers and fries to specialty pizzas. Try one of their many craft beers as well. Come out and enjoy all the fun at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield. John's alongside. I'm Charlie Hull. It's high school football action on Central Illinois Sports. We are certainly glad, if you've not been able to make it here in person, that you've chosen to spend your evening with us. And we thank the sponsors who help bring these games your way. The Sakis, the last time they were in a home game against Williamsville, started the game with an onside kick. I don't believe it was an intentional onside kick, but it ended up being an onside kick that they recovered. They then turned around and fumbled the next play, so it didn't work out necessarily in a real positive manner, John. But
it was more that they kicked the ball where nobody was, and they just happened to end up with it after that. But
the thing about your playing a team like Maroa Forsyth is special teams are times you can get really burnt, because when that speed can get out and you have some space, you can really see how fast some of these kids really are. Tucker Cook will be doing the kicking duties for the Sakis, as he has all year. The sophomore has done an outstanding job on the special team side. Caden Maurer is back to receive the kick. A lot of folks don't have their quarterback returning the kicks, but when you got a kid like Maurer, you put him wherever he needs to go. He is a weapon when it comes to speed. He'll stand back near his own 10-yard line. The wind dies down a little bit here. It's blowing out of the east at about 5 to 7 miles per hour estimated at this moment. It is a cool evening for high school football action, kind of like, feels like fall. Cook looks to the sideline, to the official. He says, "Are you ready?" The official says yes, blows the whistle, and we're ready for high school football action on Central Illinois Sports. Cook will put his boot into this one and kick down the middle of the field. Maurer will take it on the bounce at about the 14-yard line. Rushes across the 20, breaks the tackle, and is wrestled down up shy of the 30-yard line at the 29, and that's where Maroa Forsyth will start first and 10 at their own 29, 11:55 to play in the game's opening quarter. So first and 10 for the Trojans. Here come Maurer and company. A lot of these guys played at the varsity level last year, even though they were youngsters. A lot of sophomores last year, a lot of juniors this year, and they're really high on this group. are the Trojans. There's a whistle as they're looking to get the chain set. Those guys thought maybe it was going to happen down there, I guess. And they're getting them in play. They were still doing their calisthenics prior to the game, so hadn't quite stretched out. It's a cool evening. Maurer comes out with two receivers to his left, a single man to the right-hand side. The back behind him in the backfield is Aiden Reiser. They'll turn and hand it off to Reiser running left. Looking for a big hole, has it outside, breaks a tackle. Cuts back across midfield now, starting to pull away, and the Sockies are able to chase him down from behind at the Pittsfield 45-yard line. A pickup on the play up 26 yards, and a 1st and 10 quickly for the Trojans. Up to the Socky 45-yard line on a little run between the left guard and left tackle.
Reiser was hit early, but not wrapped up very well.
Two receivers to the right, a single man to the left. Maurer in the gun, takes the snap. Got to throw a quick hitter on the right-hand side, completed here to Zane Giles. Giles is going to be wrestled down. Good job by the Sockies to pursue the receiver that time. Loses back to the 46-yard line, a loss of a yard of the play to bring up a 2nd down and 11. Nice job getting to the ball that time by 6 or 7 Sockies at that point. 2nd down, 11 yards to go, just underway in the game's opening quarter. Two receivers left, a single man to the right as Maurer in the gun.
They actually give him a little forward progress, Charlie.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maurer's going to keep it on the quarterback keeper, finds a seam left side, wrestled down, but not before gaining what looks to be enough for a 1st down, and he will. An 11-yard gain, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Trojans from the 35-yard line. Elliott in on the stop for the Sockies, but that quickness of Maroa Forsyth showing out early here tonight. 1st and 10 and quick to the line. 11:07 and counting in the first. Maurer takes the snap, hands it off to Reiser. Reiser hit at the line of scrimmage, is going to be taken down by Elliott up near the 31-yard line. Give him a gain of 4 on the play. Call it a 2nd down and 6.
Reiser already with 30 yards on a couple of carries.
A lot about tempo is this Maroa Forsyth outfit.
Don't play quite as fast as Williamsville likes to, though.
In fact, they're going to give him a 5-yard gain, called a 2nd and 5 from the 31-yard line. Up to the line quickly, to spread them out too wide to either side. Maurer takes a snap. He will hand it off to Reiser. Reiser, the cutback right up the middle of the defense, and is taken down by McKee to the 21-yard line, a gain of 10 on the play, and that sets up a 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Marching down the field here on their opening drive of the night. 10:32 left in this first period. No score in the early going on the Truck scoreboard. They get the chain set and we're ready to roll. Two receivers to the right, two to the left. Maurer, the 5'6" quarterback, stands about 6 yards deep. He's back to pass, has some time, looks to his right. The ball is caught. The receiver is spun around there. That's Jacob Blunk. Blunk is going to be taken down near the 16-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 5. McAllister, along with Connor Allen, in on the stop for Pittsfield. 2nd and 5 from the Sockies 16. Maurer calls the line set, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's back to pass, trying to set up the screen, and it's in and out of the hands of the man, but then he's able to gather it back up, juggled for a second, and he goes for the score. That's Reiser on the catch. He'll take it for 16 yards, and Maroa Forsyth doing Maroa Forsyth things, taking it right down the field. 9:49 to play in the first. They have an early 6-0 advantage on the Trucks scoreboard. Only saw one play where they did not have positive yardage, and it lost about a half a yard. Other than that, they picked up chunks in a hurry. 6-0 Trojans, 9:49 to play in the opening quarter. And they'll have the man on to kick the extra point. Maurer is the holder. I'll get you the kicker in a second. He just turned the wrong direction. It's a good snap, hold down, kick is up, and the kick looks to be good, and it is. That kicker looks to be Noah Luther, the sophomore kicker. Extra point good. 7-0 Maroa Forsyth on top of Pittsfield. 9:49 to play in the first on Central Illinois Sports.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044.
Well, it didn't take long for the Trojans to score there. A drive that started at their own 29-yard line, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays later, it's a touchdown for Maroa Forsyth. They lead 7-0 on the Trucks scoreboard. Luther has it teed up, ready to kick it off. Noah Luther is a 5'7", 140 6'8" sophomore, and he looks to be doing the kicking duties tonight for Maroa Forsyth.
He was out here kicking field goals before the game.
Pretty easily.
Made some from as far out as the 30.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good for a sophomore.
Pretty good sophomore kicker. The Sakis have Edwards back deep to return this kick. I'll be surprised we might see a short one here. Luther will put his boot into this one, and that's not going to go 10 yards.
It only went 2.
2 yards, and that might be the shortest onside kick attempt I've ever seen.
The Sakis will get the ball right there.
Yep, at their opponent's 42-yard line, 1st and 10, with 9:48 to play in the game's opening quarter.
Actually, will it move any more, or will it end up right there, Charlie?
I think you just take it to the spot.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's got to go 10 yards. You know, sometimes there's a dispute between, hey, did it go 9, did it go 10? That time, no dispute.
It went 2 and a half, maybe almost 3.
Sakis will come out with 2 receivers to the left-hand side, 2 to the right. Petty will stand in the shotgun with Elliott back near the 50-yard line. The ball's at the 42, so he's 8 yards deep. Petty is 6 yards deep. The Sakis have a false start, and they'll go back 5 yards here. So a 5-yard penalty will bring up a 1st and 15 now. And folks not on the same page. There were several guys who moved early. 1st down and 15 yards to go. Does Javen Petty not look like he's significantly deeper than he has been at the I mean,
he looks like he's in a true shotgun, not in the pistol.
And it's a low snap. Picks it up off the ground, gives it to Elliott. He won't get back to the line of scrimmage. Loses a yard on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 16. Which, when you have the speed of Maroa Forsyth, you start that deep, it's going to be very difficult to gain positive yardage. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be very difficult to gain positive yardage. 2 receivers wide to either side, 9:19 and counting in the first. Petty stands 6 yards deep. Takes a snap. Good one this time. He's back to pass. Looking to his left. It's a high ball, but it's caught by Allen. He's going to be wrestled down quickly, though, up to the 46-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. And this brings up a 3rd down and 14. So 3rd and 14 for Pittsfield. They got the ball on the Maroa Forsyth 42. They've got it at the 46 right now. Got to take good advantage of good field position here. At least move the chains. At 3rd and 14 doesn't make it the easiest thing in the world. McKelvey Moore and Jeremiah Jackson split wide left. Now they'll bring Allen on this side as well. So trips left. The single receiver on the right is Leonard. Petty in the gun with, looks to be McKee in the backfield with them now.
He's almost 10 yards deep.
Yeah. They rush 4. They hand the ball off to McKee. Big hole right side. Has a quick hitter. Cuts back. Still has the ball. And he's down with a 1st down run. Down near the 27-yard line. Like he was shot out of a cannon for a 19-yard pickup. And a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield. And that's just what the doctor ordered for the Sakis there. 1st and 10 as Jason McKee, the senior running back, showed the good quickness out of the backfield there. 8:21 and counting in this first quarter. First set of downs for the Sakis. They'll run a tight set now as Peterbow is set up as a tight end on the left side, and just off the line behind him is Allen under center with an I formation. They turn and hand it off to the first back through. This is Elliott. He falls forward to the 25-yard line. A gain of a couple on the play. Call it a 3-yard gain. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. I don't mind that play at all.
I do that a lot.
Yep. You gain 3, maybe you gain 4, maybe you gain 3. They call that a 1st down where I'm from. It's 7:45 left in this first period. 7-0 Maroa Forsyth. Again with the heavy set. Or the Sakis on the line. Forsyth has 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. They'll hand it off to the deep back this time. McKee had a little hole. Really, I think had a cutback lane to the right. Wasn't able to get there quickly enough. Down to the 22-yard line. A gain of another 3. And it brings up a 3rd down and 4.
3rd manageable is always what you're looking for, and that's what the Sakis have right now.
One here in 4-down territory. Maybe go with a quick hard count here to start. Another quick handoff out of the eye. 7-11 and counting in the first. They've gotten the fresh set of downs one time. Can they get it again on this 3rd and 4? I formation. Jackson's a single man to the left. They hand it off to Elliott running right. Elliott looks to have a nice gain on the play near the 20-yard line is where he'll be taken down. It is a 2-yard gain. It'll bring up 4th and about 1.5. So 4th and 2 is what we'll call it here. Pittsfield quick to the line. Need a play here, just like they got the last time. Get another 2-yard gain and keep the chains moving. 6:37 and counting in the first. Petty will be under center. Maroa Forsyth showing blitz. They do draw them off sides, and it looks like that is, they call a false start on Pittsfield.
The far tackle moved, but he didn't move until he was touched, I didn't think.
So now it'll be 4th down and 7 instead of 4th and 2, and that is a less than ideal play if you're Pittsfield. Maroa Forsyth was showing they were going to bring the house that time. So 4th and, it's really closer to 6 here. Like I said, it was about 1.5 yards.
They most definitely went on snap count there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure you couldn't do it again if you can get your team to stay set.
Petty on the gun, 2 wide to either side, trying to convert. Maroa showing the blitz. Petty with the hard snap count, and did somebody move again? Yes, they did. Another 5-yard penalty. Saki's shooting themselves in the foot right now. It'll now be 4th down and 11. And Pittsfield wants to call a timeout. 4th and 11, they call a timeout. 6:22 to play in the first. 7-0 Maroa Forsyth on top as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Well, the Sakis last week were bitten by the penalty bug, and it's not starting great tonight either. They had a 4th and 2 that's turned into a 4th and 11.5, 12 yards to go here on hard counts that, were called from the sideline. They've drawn themselves off. Not ideal. 4th and 11 yards to go here.
And the sad thing is they've drawn Maroa off on both of those hard counts.
Yeah, but the guy moved on the offensive side first. I don't think you can really call it drawing it off. All right, 4th and long. Petty in the gun. Looks like they're going to get pressure off this edge. Sakis pick it up pretty well. Petty looking deep downfield. Double coverage. Man comes back, plays the ball, has the ball, and he's in for the score. A touchdown for the Sakis. Making the catch that time is Elijah Leonard, it looks like. Eli Leonard on the catch, and the Sakis have a score at the 6:13 mark of this first quarter of play. They'll bring Poor on for the extra point attempt. Nice job by
29 yards there, Charlie.
Yes, 30 yards, in fact.
30? Okay.
Nice job by the Sakis man, and I believe, again, Leonard. It's hard to see from where I'm at.
It was Leonard.
Nice job coming back playing the ball. It was a little underthrown, but he played it well. Poor on for the extra point attempt, trying to tie the game up. 6:13 to play in the first. So the Sakis turned a less than ideal situation into a touchdown. See if they can get the extra point. It's a high snap, pulled down, kick is up, kick is blocked, and it's no good. 7-6, Maroa Forsyth still on top. 6:13 to play in the first.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru. 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
6:13 to play in the second quarter. Pittsfield with a drive that started in their opponent's territory due to a failed onside kick attempt. Ran 7 plays. 8 plays, we'll call it, in 3 minutes and 35 seconds. 3:35 is the time of possession there. And they finish with a score on a passing play on 4th and long. The extra point, however, was blocked, so Maroa Forsyth still has the lead on the Trucks scoreboard. Cook has it teed up, ready to go for Pittsfield for the second time tonight. And again, Maurer is back deep for this Trojan team. Cook will take a run at it here. He will kick it deep again on the ground. Maurer will take it at about the 18 off of an almost dead roll. He cuts back toward the middle of the field, trying to get to the sideline, and he's going to be taken down by Lane Elliott. Penalty flag comes in what looks to be a possible face mask.
Almost what it has to be where the flag was thrown.
Man's at the 29-yard line, and the official will tell us it's a block in the back against Maroa Forsyth.
There you go.
So at the 29-yard line, they'll march that off 10 yards and move it to the 19, and that's where the Trojans will start 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line with 6:06 to play in the game's opening quarter. The Pike County Express has been serving Pike County since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you. It's the Pike County Express, bringing the good news to your home. 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 19-yard line. They marched it down the field on their first series of the night. Pittsfield trying to get a little more resistance here. 2 receivers to the right, a single man to the left-hand side. A tent also to the right, if you are noticing. It's a low snap. Mauer's back to pass, looking deep downfield, and it's underthrown, and they'll call pass interference on Pittsfield as flags fly in from everywhere. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty and bring up a 1st down now. Up to the 34-yard line.
Pittsfield's already been called for 30 yards in penalties.
Nice job by the receiver. He knew that ball was underthrown and
made sure that he got into the body.
Yeah, he made contact.
He made contact. I mean,
but the defender had no idea where the ball was.
No, he was not playing the ball at all. He had his hands up in the air. He had no idea where the ball was.
Why do so many people have trouble with this? It's not a spot foul. Why the heck do they keep doing? I mean, like, you referee games every week. It's not a spot foul. It's a 15-yarder.
I don't understand. They watch too many NFL games, obviously.
And the teams were there. It's like everybody just is assuming. I mean, just change the dang rule and make it a spot foul if everybody already thinks it is anyway.
One of the officials knew where it was supposed to be. He was the one getting ready to walk it off. Everybody else had moved up.
1st down via the penalty. Mauer in the gun. Takes the snap. Going to hand it off along the left-hand side. This is Blunk on the run. Blunk looking for the corner. He is going to be taken down after a gain up to the 41-yard line. A gain of 7 yards on the play. And this will bring up a 2nd down and 3. Blunk with the first carry. Jacob Blunk, we called his name a lot a year ago. He's a senior, 5'9", 155 pounds. 2nd and a short 4, long 3 here from the 41. Snap back. Handed off again to Blunk, and he is plunked in the backfield this time by Jaron White. No, that's Tracer Mowen, excuse me. Lost back to the 40-yard line, a loss of 1. And this brings up a 3rd down and 4. So 3rd down and 4. Check that, 5:16 and counting in this first quarter. 7-6, Maroa Forsyth on top.
I believe an all-new defensive line came in there, Charlie.
They were trying to keep fresh bodies on that defensive front. Got to watch the ball here. Mauer takes the snap, hands it off to Reiser. Reiser looking for a hole right side. He keeps the feet moving. He's going to be short of the first down. Actually, this is Blunk again. Blunk up to the 42. That's a gain of 2 on the play, and this will bring up a 4th down and 2. So will the Trojans...
Was that Reiser, Charlie?
No, it was Blunk.
Blunk, okay.
4th and 2. And the Trojans appear like they're going to set up to go for it here with 4:43 to play in the first. Wouldn't have stopped.
They only have one play of less than 2 yards on the night.
Yeah, but wouldn't have stopped be something here if you're Pittsfield.
It would be.
Mauer will set up and go under center now. He will take the snap, hand it off of the backfield, and the man rushing forward will be Reiser. Reiser's got the first down as he takes it up to the 47-yard line. Needed 2, gained 5, and a 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Reiser with 46 yards on 4 carries now. Charlie, yeah, that's how you lose games against a good team.
I'm not a big moral victory guy, but getting them to have to run 4 downs is a big improvement from a year ago when it was 1 play and a score. Trips left, single receiver to the right. Mauer in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off to Reiser. Big hole left side, tries to cut back and is taken down at the 50, but a penalty flag flies down. Peterbo in on the stop for the Sockies.
Reiser's going to gain about
Shaw
4.
also in on that. That's a pair of sophomores. It's going to be a hold against the Trojans. The flag sat at about the 48-yard line, so that'll move it back to the 38-yard line and bring up a 1st and long. So back to the 38. This is a 1st and about 18. I think it's 1st and 18.
It's not quite 20.
Trips left, single receiver to the right, Mauer in the gun. He is back to pass, looking for the quick hitter left side, has his man in Mitchell. Mitchell is taken down almost immediately.
By his own man.
By the turf monster, yeah, to the 41-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 15.
Got tripped up by Blunk's feet that time.
Blanc on the stop. 3:27 and counting in the first.
Charlie, who was the receiver?
That was Mitchell, number 11. Braxton Mitchell, the junior, 5'8", 145 pounds. Two receivers. Nope, check that. That's trips left. Single man to the right. Maurer in the gun. Tries the hard count. Sakis don't jump here. I was going to point out, Pittsfield has a pair of sophomores playing middle linebacker in Peterbow and Shaw now, getting the start tonight. Long play clock here.
5, 4, 3,
Maurer,
2.
well, the ball never snapped. That's going to be a false start. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Bring up a second down and 20 now.
Trojans have been penalized 3 times on this drive for 25 yards.
See? He's not a machine. I feel like that. Second and 20. 20 plus, maybe.
We had the Rocky music earlier. I mean.
Back to pass goes Maurer. A lot of time. Throws deep downfield. It is caught. And it's almost a first down. In fact, I think it is. Pulled in here by Zane Giles. Giles up to the Pittsfield 41-yard line. A pickup of 15 and 9 is 24. And that's a first and 10 for Maroa Forsyth.
Seventh
right,
first.
Maybe they are a machine.
7th first down of the night for Maroa already.
Are they a man or are they a Muppet? A first and 10 here from the Saki 41. Moving the chains. Takes a moment. 2:51 to play in the first. You're doing the chains and Maroa Forsyth's playing. You better have gotten your cardio in this week. Here's Maurer on a designed run to the left. The quarterback breaks a tackle in the backfield, still on his feet, inside the 35, down to around the 33-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play. And this will bring up a second down and 2.
Saki's had a man right there that would have had him for no gain or a very short gain, but just couldn't quite get to him.
Kind of dove at the ankles. Single man split wide to either side. They have the tight end there now to help with the extra blocker. They'll hand it off to Blanc. Blanc will have the first down as he's taken down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and another first and 10 for Maroa Forsyth.
Blanc with 12 yards on 4 carries now, 3 yards a carry.
2:18 to play in this first quarter. Trojans on the move in Saki territory to the 29. A drive that started at their own 19. They've just been picking up yards here. Have faced 4th down once in this series, and now we have a whistle and a timeout as Pittsfield looked to be a man short on the defensive side. We'll pause as well. 2:13 to play in the first. 7-6, Maroa Forsyth on top as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
I love working in spine care because when patients get better, there's no better feeling than that.
We both, Alexis and I, take a lot of time listening to their story, which is important so the patients know that we are caring and are thinking about them and not just about their back or just about their neck. You start with the story, you add the exam information, and then you come up with what's causing this problem, and then a treatment plan.
After the Saki timeout, their second of the first quarter, Maroa Forsyth will have it first and 10 from the Pittsfield 29-yard line. Pittsfield was a man short on the defensive side. They got caught in one of those switches with that 11 guys. Maurer in the gun. Puts a man in motion. Going to fake to the motion man. Go back to pass. Looking for the deep ball. Down the sideline. Man behind the defense. And he is not going to be able to bring it in. Sakis were beat deep that time. Intended receiver was Ryan Robinson, a 5'6", 135-pound junior. Incomplete pass will stop the clock and bring up a second down and 10 yards to go.
It was a well-thrown ball, and he was definitely behind the defense, but just couldn't quite bring it in.
2:06 to play in the first. 7-6 Trojans trying to expand on that lead. Two receivers to either side. The one man's almost on the sideline. They fake the run play. Pass this one's high, incomplete off the hands of Blanc. And this will bring up a third down and 10.
That one was a hot pass, Charlie. Ball was going 100 mile an hour.
Blanc's 5'9", 100. They're not real huge at the receiver spot, are they?
They're not.
Giles is pretty good size. He's about 6'2".
20 looks big, yeah.
Blanc in the gun. He will turn and hand it off. Or Maurer in the gun hands it to Blanc. Blanc looking for the outside. He cuts it back, taken down near the 20-yard line, we'll call it. A gain of 9 on the play, and it should be a 4th and 1. We'll have to see where they...
It's a flag on the field, a hold against Maroa.
All right, so that won't matter. That play will come back. Flag is at the 23-yard line, so that'll move it back to the 33. So it's really only about a 4-yard penalty in total, so 3rd and 14 now is what we're looking at. 1:53 to play in the first. 3rd down, 14 yards to go for Maroa Forsyth. They faced a long kind of look before. Now they're going to spread them out 2 wide to either side, and Mauer's going to be a naked backfield behind and with him back there. Could be a quarterback run, though. Something like this. They're not afraid to run him. He's back to pass. Looking across the middle of the field, wide open, and this could be a score. No, saved. The touchdown did McAllister. Man on the catch there was Aiden Reiser coming out of the backfield. He's taken down at the 6-yard line, a gain of 27 on the play, and a 1st and goal from the 6. Nobody accounted for the slot receiver that time in Reiser, who we've seen line up in the backfield most of the night. That time he showed the hands, and McAllister took him down at the 6 to save the touchdown for a moment. Trojans now shift the line to the left-hand side. Mauer under center, pitches it to Reiser. Blockers in front, dives, and he is in for the score. In for the touchdown with 1:32 to play in the first, making it 13-6, Maroa Forsyth. They started with their at their own 19 at the 6:06 mark, so a nice long sustained drive. Some penalties did not deter them, and they're able to capitalize with the touchdown. Here comes young Mr. Luther on for the kick. This is Noah Luther. Not sure if he's related to Martin or not. Here's a hold down, kick up. Kick looks to be long enough, and it is good. With the extra point, that makes it 14-6 to Maroa Forsyth with the advantage over Pittsfield. 1:32 to play in the first on Central Illinois Sports.
Welcome to Westtown Ford, serving Central and West Central Illinois. When you're shopping for a new vehicle, we believe you need a comfortable ambiance, dynamic selection of vehicles, competitive options for financing, and high-quality service to feel confident and stress-free throughout the car buying process. At Westtown Ford, you will find just that, a great selection of Ford models and a team that will make the process as smooth as possible. Westtown Ford Lincoln in Jacksonville, just 30 minutes away from high prices.
1:32 to play in the first. Maroa Forsyth with a drive that helps them expand that lead back out to 8 points. Capped off by a run by Reiser from 6 yards out. Extra point by Luther was good and makes it a 14-6 Trojan advantage. They tried the onside kick the last time they kicked off. Let's see if they will do that again here. That allowed Pittsfield to start in Maroa Forsyth territory in a drive that eventually ended with a touchdown. We can tell you Unity Payson leads Triopia 22-0, 1:25 to play in the first quarter. On a run by Duke.
Unity Payson coming off that big win against state-ranked Route last week.
Yes, huge win.
Charlie and Jack brought you that game.
We'll have Route again tomorrow. They'll take on Camp Point Central at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right here on Central Illinois Sports. Here's Luther's kick, a little pop-up kick, going to be taken by Lane Foster. Foster looking for a gap at the 30, cuts it back 35. And is wrestled to the ground up near the 39-yard line. That's where the Sockies will start 1st and 10 at their own 39 with 1:27 to play in the first. So 1st and 10 from the 39 here for Pittsfield. Capitalized on a opportunity the last time of the shorter field in front of them. It took a big play on 4th and long, though, on a touchdown pass to Elijah Leonard. 2 receivers split wide to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. The quarterback petting in the gun with Elliott standing just behind him. They'll put a man in motion in Allen. He nearly falls down. That play is still going to work, though. Elliott actually gets a hole on the right side, breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Looking for the first down and more across the 50, 45. Knocked out of bounds near the Maroa Forsyth 40-yard line, and that'll be a Socky first down. A pickup of 21 yards and a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield.
Elliott with 25 yards on 4 carries now.
His longest run of the year.
I would say for sure.
And he was not going to be deterred that time. Even though Allen had a little trouble with the traction, Pittsfield was still able to get the guard to pop that guy out.
I was afraid Allen was going to fall.
Now Archer comes on as Allen comes to the sideline. So Archer, the sophomore, in the slot on the right-hand side. Jackson and Pinnock here on the left side. It looks like Leonard's the far receiver to the right. Petty on the gun on a 1st and 10 from the Forsyth 40. Put Archer in motion this time. They'll give it to him. Sophomore looking for running room. Slipped and is going to lose yardage to the 42-yard line. Loss of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 12.
Speed plays may not be the name of the game tonight, Charlie.
Here now, Edwards is going to come in and line up in the backfield behind Petty, so Elliott will take a chair for a moment. 30 seconds and counting in the first quarter. Pittsfield with a play clock down to 19 seconds will have to run at least one more play. 2nd and 12 from the Maroa Forsyth 42-yard line. Petty on the gun, 2 wide to either side. And Petty will hand it off to Edwards. Edwards is going to be hit in the backfield, dives forward, actually going to get positive yardage to the 41. A gain of a yard, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. As we head to quarter number 2, it's Maroa Forsyth 14, Pittsfield 6. Second quarter action on Central Illinois Sports next.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
At Logan Agri-Service, we consider it a badge of honor to be recognized as one of the larger independent suppliers of crop protection chemicals in the Midwest. We've worked hard for years to provide you with the access to the best herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides from top manufacturers because we know without you, our local farmers, we wouldn't be here. When you have questions, call our local experts to discuss what works best for your fields and your situation, or visit us online at loganag.com. Serving agriculture since 1962.
Ready to start the second period. It'll be a 2nd down and 12 for Pittsfield. No, 3rd and 11, excuse me, for Pittsfield, as they gained a single yard on that last play of the first quarter. So 3rd down, 11 yards to go from the Maroa Forsyth 41. 2 receivers to either side once again. Petty in the gun with now McKee checked in the backfield. He stands 9 yards deep. Petty back to pass. Rush picked up for a moment. Now he has to float out to the right, throws it up, and it is nearly picked off by Blunk. Intended receiver was Allen. Blunk actually had the closest play to the ball, and this will bring up a 4th down from the 41-yard line, and I would assume he'd bring the punt team on here.
Blunk had the ball in his hands even, so just couldn't quite bring it in.
And here comes the punt team onto the field.
Yeah.
On a 4th down and 11 from your opponent's 40-yard line, trying to pin Maroa Forsyth deep and see if your defense can get a stop. Maroa is 2 for 2 on scoring drives so far. But on a wet night like this, maybe you have a slick ball, a underthrown ball, something, and you get a turnover. Cook will punt from his own 48-yard line. He will get a bad snap. He kicks a high kick, not extremely deep. It will take a Saki roll, though, and roll dead at about the 11-yard line, and that's where Maroa Forsyth will start 1st and 10 at their own 11. 11 minutes, 41 seconds to play in the game's first half. Real and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport, your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop by and see Rick and Tracy Real or call 217-285-5013 for Real, Net and Twine. 1st and 10 for Maroa Forsyth.
They're really spread out right now.
Deep in their own territory. Yeah, they are. Big splits. Up front even. 2 receivers wide either side. Maurer will take the pass. He's back to pass. Has Blunk. Blunk gets a blocker outside. Now Jackson does a nice job to shuck that blocker and takes him down up near the 16-yard line. That's a gain of 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. Jeremiah Jackson in on the stop. 2nd down, 5 yards to go for the Trojans. Maurer this time sends 3 men to the right. A single receiver to the left-hand side. Reiser is with him in the backfield now. They look to the sideline for the play call. 2nd and 5. Pretty decent following for Maroa Forsyth here tonight.
Holy cow, that guy is like on the sideline now almost.
The far guy?
The near guy.
Yep. Here's Reiser, cuts back, and is taken down up near the 22-yard line. That'll be enough for a 1st down on a 6-yard gain and a 1st and 10.
I mean, they are spreading out about as far as the football field allows.
1st and 10 here for the Trojans. Trips right. Single receiver on the near side looks to be Mitch Williams, 6-foot sophomore. Maurer in the gun. Reiser stands to his left. 10:40 and counting in the half. Maurer calls for the snap. It's a high snap. It's back now. Penalty flag flies. And what do we have here? It's going to be a penalty against Maroa Forsyth, but really not. It's actually going to be a more positive play for the Trojans because that ball, I mean, I guess he could pick it up and make something miraculous out of it, but that play was he's going to have to go pick it up 10 yards deep in the backfield.
And pick it up if he can.
As we talked about, a wet ball. Back
They're
to
going
the
to switch the ball out.
16-yard line, it looks like, for a 1st and 15. Oh, boy. Maurer's in the gun. Look out here. They're going to throw it right down the middle, right where they were telling the guy to be.
Go.
It's an incomplete pass to Blunk. It brings up a 2nd and 15.
The Saki coaches had the play called, basically, and the defender just couldn't understand what they wanted him to do. And Blunk was nice enough to drop the ball.
Awfully nice young man, that young Mr. Jacob Blunk. It's second down. The box says 3rd, but it's definitely 2nd down here.
Yeah,
right?
the illegal procedure doesn't involve loss of down.
Well, the box and the board now both say 3rd down, but I think it's only 2nd. Back to pass is Maurer. They gained a 1st down, and then they had the bad snap.
Correct.
That was turned into an illegal procedure. Maurer keeps his eyes downfield. That's a pass interference. That's
no call.
Not called. And this will bring up a 3rd down at 15.
He had an arm in that man's back for a good couple seconds before the ball got to him.
It is, unless I'm just losing my mind, it is 3rd down. Is it not?
Everybody looks like it's 4th, Charlie. I don't know.
Did they not pick up a 1st down? And then
they picked up a 1st down, and then on 1st down it was a bad
play
snap.
Of the drive, get a bad snap.
Yeah, that was what happened.
I'll be darned. Everybody thinks it's 4th down. All right, Maurer's going to punt it away. Haven't seen that much out of the Trojans. The Sakis will
get away
not
from
field
it.
the punt, and they'll have the ball at their own 46-yard line is where they'll start. Or, excuse me, at Maroa's 45-yard line, 45 of the Trojans. And, the decision to punt turned out to be a good one. 10:24 to play in the half. Down 14-6, but within shouting distance in this one.
Sakis get the ball on the Maroa 45, their best field position of the night. No, excuse me, it's not. They started on the 42 the first time, yeah.
Their best one since that one, though.
Exactly.
1st and 10. Petty in the gun. He will hand it off to Yelliott, running laterally. Now tries to turn it upfield, and
he's going to gain a little. Not much, but a little.
It's to the 44, gain of a yard, and it brings up a 2nd down and 9. I think you pointed it out well, John, that running toward the sideline for the Sakis is not going to be a forte in this one. Just too much quickness for Maroa Forsyth.
Too much quickness and not good enough footing.
Yeah, that too. 2nd and 9. See if they want to go under center again here. They've got that heavy set in.
They made the ball move under center, didn't they?
Yeah, it looks like Petty will set up under center. I formation behind him in the backfield. Jackson's a single receiver to the right. Takes the snap. He will hand it off to the deep back, McKee. McKee kind of bounces up now, falls forward, and is going to be taken down near the 42-yard line. A gain of another 2 on the play. And this brings up a 3rd down and 7.
McKee with 24 yards on 3 carries.
3rd down, 7 yards to go. Clock still moving, 9:20 to play in the 2nd quarter. I believe, if memory serves me correctly, didn't Maroa Forsyth win the game last year 70-0?
Yes, and at one point I believe you sent me a text that they were scoring at a pace that could have made it over 100-0.
I formation behind the quarterback, Petty. He takes the snap. He's back to pass on a play action. Had the man, but he's now looking downfield and is just going to try to, oh my goodness. Probably should have just thrown it away. Kind of threw it up for grabs. Was Connor Allen not open in the middle of the field there right after?
Early, but I don't think Petty had his eyes downfield at
right
that
out of
point.
That tight end spot?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that could have been a big play. Instead, it's a incomplete pass. Brings up a 4th and 7. Here comes the punt team once again. And again, I think this is the right decision.
I agree.
You try to flip the field. This is football. 8:55 to play in the half. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sockies are a man short. They're going to need to call
7,
timeout.
6, or just let it go.
Yeah, you can take
let it go and move them back 5. It's only going to move you back 5. Who cares?
Oh, God, it's a bad snap. Cook makes a heck of a play on it. He's going to throw it downfield. It's going to be picked off. And man still on his feet is Giles. Giles down the sideline. He'll be hit and taken out of bounds near the 30. Gosh, where's it at? Where are you going to set the ball, fellas?
No one's sure yet. Looks like right on the 35.
I think it's the 36. See, there's just too many bad things going on there. Everybody was in a hurry. You could have taken the 5-yard penalty and done things with a comfortability that you didn't have right there.
Yeah, I just... Yeah, take that 5-yard penalty. It's not going to hurt anything. Honestly, it's going to let Cook punt the ball a little stronger because he's not got to try to keep the ball out of the end zone as hard.
They're at the Saukey 35, 8:50 to play in the half. 14-6, Maroa Forsyth has the advantage. Quarterback is in the shotgun. It's a different quarterback. He throws to the left-hand side. Jack Horv is in at quarterback, and Horv completes the pass to his receiver in Williams to the 28-yard line. A gain on the play of 7, and it brings up a 2nd and 3. So Horv is in for the first time.
Who caught the ball there, Charlie?
It was Williams, number 1. We'll call it 2nd and 4. 8:44. Clock stopped as a man went out of bounds. Horv again in the shotgun. He is rolling out to his right, throws downfield, hits his intended receiver. That looks to be Blunk, I believe, on the far side. It's going to be enough for a first down to the 25-yard line, not Blunk. Looks to be Zane Giles on the catch. Giles with the reception to the 25, gain of 4 and a first down. 1st and 10 here for the Trojans. I didn't see Maurer
take a big hit or anything. Yeah.
This going to the different set here, it looks like, on this drive. Moving the ball still. Trips left. Horv is in the shotgun. He is back to pass. A little shimmy shake. Now he's rolling out to his left. Has pressure from the blind side, and Peterbilt trying to get to him. He'll hit him as he throws. It's a get on the ball. It could be a fumble.
That's a fumble.
And they're going to say it is an incomplete pass.
Oh, it did not make it back to the line of scrimmage. Not even close.
Well, it didn't have to make it. It could be his hand was going forward.
True.
And got hit.
I don't know.
Peterbilt with the quarterback pressure. There's a penalty flag against Maroa that's back at the 30-yard line.
There's going to be a hold against Maroa.
So that'll... I can move him back here.
You move him back, absolutely. Wait.
Oh, no, it's from the spot.
Guys, it was from the spot.
Why are we going from the line of
scrimmage? I don't know. That was a spot foul.
Back to the 34. And it brings up a first. Why did it not go from the spot of the foul?
Yeah, I would ask that.
It's 1st and 20.
The Saki coaches are not asking questions here, so I'm not really sure what's going on.
I don't think anybody noticed that.
Yeah, that they walked it off from there.
It's about 6 yards short of where it should be if the penalty really happened where it was. 8:12 left in the half.
They didn't pick the flag up and move it like they would normally if they thought it had been.
Maurer is lined up over here in the slot now for the Trojans. 2 receivers wide to either side.
He is a dynamic player.
Yep, Horv in the gun. Puts a man in motion and Blunk, and now here's a penalty. And that'll be a false start. And this is not the crispest we've seen Maroa Forsyth ever, is it?
It is not. I thought Maroa had 2 guys in motion, did they not?
I don't know. They're talking about it, the white hat and the man from that far sideline. They're still discussing things. 8:02 to play in the half. 14-6 the Maroa Forsyth lead, and it's wave the flag, no flag. So it's 1st and 20.
You threw a flag and stopped play. And then you went, no, never mind. I was just kidding.
Well, they got it. Probably got it right, though. Discussed what they saw and decided it wasn't a penalty. I don't have a problem with that.
It's obviously odd. You saw something if you're going to stop the play.
If you see something, say something.
Yeah.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Horv puts Blunk in motion. He's back to pass. Trying to set up something on this side now. Has Williams. Williams looking to come across the middle of the field. Big gain. He is going to be taken down inside the 20, near the 17-yard line. There's a penalty flag that flies at the end. And what's this going to be about? Down to the 17-yard line is a 17-yard pickup. It should be 2nd and 3. But wait, oh wait, what is this penalty flag here?
Who was the receiver?
Williams.
Thank you.
2nd and 3, but what will it be instead? Referees get together and tell us it's a some sort of shenanigans after the whistle. Who's it against, though?
I don't know. It was a big hit to take the man down, but I didn't think it was targeting or anything. I mean, it's an open field tackle. You're trying to get a hold of anything you can.
Joe Butler, the umpire now, and the white hat having a spirited discussion, and the referee will tell us it is a personal foul against roughing the passer against Pittsfield, and then unsportsmanlike against Maroa Forsyth, so it should be offsetting, right, and do that play again. So it's going to be 1st and 20.
So we're just going to pretend like that didn't happen.
I mean, we got to take the ball back where it was, boys.
Yeah.
7:41 to play in the half, so back to the 34.
Yeah. Got to move back. Wait. What are we doing here? Are we going to walk them both off? What are we doing? How can the ball end up there?
What is happening?
They're offsetting penalties, yeah. So now we're gonna walk it off. Okay, well that's I don't understand why we do that. But
now listen, here's why. Because the American Heart Association says you should try to get 10,000 steps in, and they're running a little low today, so they're going to get their steps in. They marched it off, then they marched it off. It's a do-over. The ball was at the 34, unnecessary, but we'll call it unnecessary. 7:41 to play in the half. It's 1st and 20.
I'm not sure why, but why not?
Trips left. 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Now the officials are talking to the Maroa coaching staff.
You could have just set the ball and moved on.
He says, why'd you have to march him? He says, 10,000 steps. Haven't you heard that? Empty backfield. Horv is back to pass. Horv looking, hits his man. Ooh, big hit over there. Good stick by the Saki defensive back. Pass caught by Zane Giles to the 30. A pickup on the play of 4 yards. This will bring up a 2nd down and 16. That had to have been McAllister on the hit that time, I think. The way the kid kind of, his head popped. Horv again back to pass on a trips left. Looking left the entire time. Looking, dancing. He'll throw it away. He, looked like a hold right in front. It'll be an incomplete pass. Did that make it to the neutral zone?
It just barely did. I mean, if it did, it was just there.
That is the new rule. You can intentionally ground the ball or throw it away, but it's got to be past the neutral zone, and you have to be outside of that. They don't call it a tackle box, but it's the same idea. Back to pass is Maurer now back in at quarterback. It's a screen. Saki's had it snipped out nicely. Shaw missed the tackle, though, in the backfield, and the man is going to be taken down inside the 25 to the 23.
There's Reiser.
Reiser on the catch to the 23, a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 4th down and about 9. So 4th and 9, and this was a big play in this game right here. 6:40 and counting to the half. Maroa Forsyth has a 14-6 lead. The Saki's trying to get off the field on the defensive side. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Maurer's back into the quarterback spot with Reiser standing to his left. Scans the defense. Back to pass. Has time. Looks downfield. Now looking to scamper on the right side. He'll throw it down toward the end zone, and it is a fight for the ball, and it's picked off. Picked off by the Sakis in the end zone. Jeremiah Jackson. No, who is that? Is that Leonard again? I believe it's Eli Leonard at the pick that time, and he's come to play tonight. So the Sakis get an interception in the end zone. That'll be a touchback and a big play here. With 6:14 to play in the second quarter, they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Sakis. Maroa went for the gusto that time, trying to get the touchdown, and they were right there together, and they muscled it out of the hands of the receiver. Did the defensive back. I believe, again, it was Leonard.
I believe it was. And it very near where he caught the touchdown pass.
Sakis are in the gun. Petty takes the snap, hands it off. Man hit in the backfield and is murdered back there.
Hey, you've blown the whistle.
Ball carrier is Elliott. He is taken down back at the 17, a loss of 3. Bring up a second down and 13.
I mean, I don't have an issue playing to the whistle, but they blew the whistle and kept driving him back probably another 8 to 10 yards.
5:49 and counting in the second quarter. Trips right. Single receiver to the left-hand side is Jackson. Saki's get the play call in from the sideline. They need to be in a little bit of a hurry here. 7 seconds on the play clock. Petty's still looking at his wrist. Play was slow to get in. They got to go here. 2-1. They're going to take a penalty.
Or call a timeout. They had one left. Nope, delay a game.
5-yard penalty. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 18 now. I mean, it's staring in front of you and you have a timeout left. I don't know. 5:22 to play in the second. It's got to be a sense of urgency in what you're doing. Petty in the gun. Deep in their own territory now. Petty back to pass, looking for Leonard. A little bit of a high ball, but Leonard makes the catch. Breaks the tackle at the 20. Wrestles ahead, taken out of bounds past the 25. Around the 27-yard line. A pickup of 15 yards. And it'll bring up a third down, and I think about 26-yard line, so third down and 4. I couldn't see it. There's a tent. Didn't realize the circus was in town. 5:12 to play in the half as the clock stopped as he went out of bounds. Third down and 4 yards to go, and another big play in this first half. 2 receivers to either side. Petty in the gun. Takes the snap. Pressure comes. They hand it off up the middle. That is a Saki first down. I believe that's McKee.
It is.
And it is. He'll take it up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 8 yards on the play and a 1st and 10. Pittsfield playing with some intensity here tonight. Down by a touchdown with 5 minutes to play in the half. A team that beat them 70-0 last season on this field. 2 receivers to either side. Petty had the hard count. Ooh, looked like the man might have shifted a little bit on the right guard. Pittsfield might have got away with one there. Now they changed the play call with 8 on the play clock. Petty scans the defense. He takes the snap, hands it off. Elliott hit immediately in the backfield. He is spun down, taken down for a loss. Check that that's McKee. McKee taken down at the 33-yard line. A loss of a yard on the play brings up a 2nd and 11. 2nd down, 11 yards to go. 4:27 and counting in the half.
Hole never developed that time, and McKee hit the hole and then bounced off, tried to bounce it out, and just could never find anything.
Trips left now. Leonard is the single receiver to this side. Looking for the play call from the sideline. Edwards has checked in from the backfield with Petty. Just over 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. 10 seconds on the play clock as Petty comes to the set position. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Edwards. Not much there. In fact, nothing. Going to lose back to the 32. Another loss of a single yard, and it's 3rd and 12. Third down, 12 yards to go.
I don't understand bringing Edwards in, who's definitely your speed back, and then running between the tackles there.
Yeah. It's a little...
And I guess it's deceptive.
It's a zone run. I mean,
yeah.
he's just looking for a hole.
Yeah.
This could bounce it out. 2 receivers either side on a 3rd and long here. Petty looks to his left. Now calls for the snap. Back to pass. Has a lot of pressure. Trying to set up a screen maybe. Looks downfield. He throws it. It's a little behind Leonard. Couldn't bring it in. Would have been near a first down, and it's an incomplete pass as it is, and it'll be a punting situation for the Sakis on a 4th and 12. So unable to do much with the ball once they got the interception in the end zone. And again, the defense will be called upon to try to turn away this Maroa Forsyth offense with 3:15 to play in the half. It's been a 0-0 second quarter so far on the Trucks scoreboard. Fake here. Nope. Punt it away toward. It's a bad punt.
It's going to be out of bounds really early.
Really
early.
Cook has not had a bad punt this year. I will tell you that. He has not had a bad punt this year. That's one of them. And unfortunately, it's going to set Maroa Forsyth up at the Saki 42-yard line with 3 minutes, 9 seconds to play. And, I think some of that, John, is, again, Cook's a sophomore, all right? He got so much pressure that last time That has to be
bad snap,
that has to be going through your head of, man, I got to get this away, got to get it away, and he got it away so quickly. He had more time that time than he realized.
Yeah, just went off the side of his foot and was almost immediately out of bounds.
Single receiver to either side. Maurer is in the shotgun. Back standing directly behind him is Blunk. Hands it off to Blunk. Blunk looking for running room. Has it on the right side. Breaks into the secondary. McKee going to drag him down inside the 25, down near the 24-yard line. A pickup on the play of 18 yards and a first and 10 for the Trojans. 3 minutes left in the half.
12th first down of the evening for Maroa Forsyth.
Single receiver to the left, one to the right-hand side. Maurer back in at quarterback after we saw Jack Horv run a set of offensive plays. Maurer now going to keep it on the quarterback run up the middle. He is tripped up, taken down inside the 20 near the 18-yard line, gain of 6. Call it a 2nd down and 4. Just over 2:40 to play in the half.
Maurer with 25 yards on 3 carries.
Maroa Forsyth's got all 3 timeouts. Pittsfield's down to 1. Maurer takes the snap, hands it off to the deep back. Blunk looking for running room, has good blockers out in front. He's going to go for a score. Had good blockers from the receivers out in front of him, and Blunk takes it in from 18 yards out with 2:24 to play in the first half. That makes it 20-6 Maroa Forsyth. $30-0 Unity Payson on top of Tropia. 2:35 to play in the first half there. Here it's 2:24 to play in the half, and here comes Luther on for the extra point attempt. The hold is down, the kick is up. The kick appears to be no good, and that would be factual, no good. So it remains 20-6. Maroa Forsyth on top. 2:24 to play in the half on Central Illinois Sports.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
2:24 to play in the half. 20-6. Maroa Forsyth on top of the Trucks scoreboard. Trucks, T-R-U-X. Trucks. Check them out on Facebook. They can help you with all of your diesel repair needs. Luther will be in to kick off. Sockies need a good return here. Would be nice to get that first special teams touchdown of the season right here, would it not?
It would.
Back deep is Edwards. Foster had a nice return the last time, about 15-20 yards. Luther will put his boot into this one. A high kick, not extremely deep. Saki's going to need to come up and get it. Now the ball kind of dies, and the man does pick it up, and that's going to be Edwards. He'll take a beating at about the 30-yard line, and that's where Maroa Forsyth stops the Sakis. Call it the 31. First and 10 for Pittsfield from their own 31 with 2:20 to play in the half. Now, here's what you can't do if you're Pittsfield. You cannot have a quick 3-and-out here. So this is one of those situations where I'm bringing that I set back to back to the field and trying to get rid of the clock. Because I get the ball to start the second half.
They're not. They are playing.
They're going to spread it out.
Wide open, and let's go. One back.
Cannot afford to have a quick series here and give Maroa Forsyth the ball right back. Petty in the gun. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Looking downfield. It's a bad ball, and it's an interception by Maurer. Maurer's got blockers out in front. He's going to take this one to the house. One man to beat, Elliott, and he is able to catch him back near the 5-yard line. And an interception sets Maroa Forsyth up with 2:07 to play in the first half. First and goal from the 5-yard line.
That was something else you couldn't do, Charlie. Throw a near pick 6.
First and goal from the 5. Maroa will be in the shotgun here. Now he's going to line up under center. They're going to do a little pitch play again. Give it to Reiser. Reiser not touched, and he goes in for the score. So they scored with 2:24 to go in the half, and now they score with 2 minutes to play in the half. And now a penalty flag in. There's some stupid things happening down here. 26-6. This after the whistle stuff has to stop. It has to stop.
And if it can't, then you obviously can't play that guy.
Well, it's against Maroa Forsyth.
Oh.
What I'm saying is this kind of crap has no place in the high school. There's been unsportsmanlike forever. It doesn't. It's worse now than ever. People want to run their mouths and shut up and play the game. And you can say, they're high school kids. Yeah, they're high school kids who need to learn to shut up and play the game. And I'm not just talking about Maroa Forsyth at this point. It's an unsportsmanlike. It'll be assessed on the kickoff, I would think. Why wouldn't you assess?
I would assess it on the kickoff. I wouldn't assess it now.
2 minutes to play in the half. It's 26-6. Maroa Forsyth on the truck scoreboard. There's just ways to do things, and we've lost some of that as societal norms. I don't know. I'm old. Here's a pass out on the flats. Reiser's going to get the 2-point conversion and makes it 28-6. Trojans on top. 1:59 to play in the second quarter as the second came out the clock, and the 2-point try back after this.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
1:59 to play in the second quarter. The penalty is assessed here on the kickoff after the unsportsmanlike.
Right now, the Saki deep man is very deep.
I don't know. There's just, you got to be able to crawl before you walk, one of those things. And I don't know. You could just
take positives when they're staring you in the face.
Now Luther kicks a high kick, not extremely deep. Somebody's got to come up and catch that ball. He can't let it hit the ground. Edwards now misses it. Maroa Forsyth's going to get the ball back. Unreal. Unreal to the 43-yard line. That's where the Trojans start 1st and 10 at the Pisaki 43. 1:53 to play in the half. You just have to come up and catch that ball. Fair catch it, do something. Catch the ball. You got to come up and catch it. They haven't kicked it deep all night. Too deep. Now Pittsfield will call a timeout.
It's their last.
They got to have a stop here. Still 1:53 to play in the half. Maroa's got all 3 timeouts back after this.
Hi, I'm Gage Weir, and I'm running for Pike County Treasurer. Just like our Sockies and Wolves football under the Friday Night Lights, it's time to get our head in the game this November. As your treasurer, I will ensure to hit high marks of success, and I will not pass an opportunity to help keep Pike County affordable for all of us who call it home. As a lifelong resident of Pike County, I know the importance of dedicated and faithful elected officials who work tirelessly for Pike County. That is why we must break through the line of inefficiency and ensure transparency between government and the people it serves. Let's tackle Pike County's fiscal responsibility together. Don't fumble your vote. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this upcoming November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
1:53 to play in the half. After recovering the kickoff, Maroa Forsyth has it 1st and 10 at the Saki 43-yard line. And a game that was 14-6 literally moments ago is 28-6, and now the Trojans looking to add on. Maurer hands the ball off to Blunk. Blunk hit in the backfield by White. Good job on the penetration. Shaw comes in along with Forsyth to make the tackle there. Back to the 46-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 13. The triplet of sophomores there. Now quickly, they'll hand it off to Blunk. Running to the right side on the 2nd and 13. He'll be taken down again in the backfield. Saki defense now with some
What is
spirit.
the penalty?
And it's a timeout.
Oh, okay.
Timeout by Maroa Forsyth. That'll be 3rd and 13. 1:19 to play in the half. What's the whistle? They'll have to check the clock when we come back.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
$125 to play in the half. There was 1:19 went to break, but I think a little time came off the clock, so they've got to get that all fixed up and ready to go.
I mean, 1 second came off the clock during the last extra point conversion, right? So, shorten the game, shorten the game, shorten the game.
Hey, if you're a Griggsville Perry baseball fan, their game for tomorrow in the sectional action against West Prairie has been called off at Minden Unity due to wet field conditions. They'll play at 4 o'clock on Monday.
If only they knew a place that had turf that you could play on all the time.
Like Quincy Notre Dame.
Exactly.
3rd and 13 for Maroa Forsyth from the Saki 46-yard line. Trips left. Put a man in motion and Reiser. They're going to fake to him and throw this thing deep, aren't they? Or just Maurer now throws it deep, and it is nearly picked off. I think the Saki's McAllister looks like he has it. They're still wrestling on the ground, and it's a
They're going to call it a catch, I guess. Yeah, they're going to call it a catch and a first down.
It's a mutually held ball.
So
they both had it down to the 29-yard line, a pickup of 17 yards and a first down. They both had the ball.
Who was the receiver?
It was Reiser. Camera. Back to pass. Maurer looking downfield. Hits his receiver. This time it's Brandon Mitchell. Brandon Mitchell, wearing the 11 tonight, is taken out of bounds inside the 10th at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 3. 2nd down, 3 yards to go. 1:04 to play in the half.
And who was the receiver, Trevor?
Mitchell.
Thank you.
Trips. Nope. 2 receivers right. 2 receivers left. Maurer going to be in the shotgun. Looks left. Looks right. Calls for the snap. Fakes the handoff. Passes on the right side. This is to Giles. Giles breaks a tackle. Still running. There he goes. Trying to drag a man with him to the end zone. Taken out of the 1. Gain of 21 yards on the play and a 1st and goal from the 1. 1 yard to go for another score. Under center is Maurer. He'll hand it off to the deep back, Reiser, and Reiser's in again for a touchdown.
No, it wasn't Reiser. I thought it was Reiser's helmet that came off. One of the lineman's helmet came off.
Yep, lineman's helmet comes off, so he'll have to come out for the extra point. But that's a touchdown, makes it 34-6. Maroa Forsyth, 48.2 seconds to play in the half. This game turned on a dime, did it not?
Sorry, but game management has been terrible the last 2 weeks.
Well, he's got to know where the abilities of the team are at this point and where they're not. And you just, you give a team like this an inch and they take a mile, baby. Luther in for the extra point. He missed the last one. He does not miss this one, though, as it's right down the middle and makes it 35-6. 48.2 seconds to play in the half. Back with the final seconds of this half on Central Illinois Sports.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
48.2 seconds to play in the second quarter. It's 35-6 Maroa Forsyth. They had 14-6 about, 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Now it's 35-6.
Yeah, they scored with 2:24 to go, with 2 minutes to go, and with 48.2 to go. So at 2:23, it was 14-6.
2:23?
Excuse me, at 2:25. How about? Went the wrong way.
2 seconds.
I know.
So in 2 minutes and 25 seconds of game time, they scored 21 points. That's quick.
It is.
Here's Luther. About $1 on an onside kick right in the middle of the field, right here where there's nobody on.
Do what I would do.
Luther has his hand in the air. He will kick it high again. Sakis will have the man come up and catch it on the run. That's McKelvey Moore, and he will be hit and taken down. But, hey, caught the ball in the air to the 39, and that's where Pittsfield will take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line with 43 seconds to play in the half. Down 35-6. Maroa Forsyth has 2 timeouts left.
They have 2 left.
So they can't stop the clock enough here. I'm keeping the ball on the ground, just trying to run this timeout. You get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
Don't allow Maroa Forsyth another opportunity to score here. Please. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Petty in the gun. They put Allen in motion. They will hand it off, coming back this way to Elliott. He'll be tripped up, taken down in the backfield. Loss on the play back to the 38-yard line, a loss of 1. Brings up a 2nd and 11. Nobody's going to use a timeout here. It doesn't appear.
That'll end the quarter if they don't.
There's 25 seconds on the game clock, 28 on the play clock.
So why are we in a hurry?
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. Petty is back to pass, looking for the screen. It is caught by Elliott. He's taken down immediately. Good tackle back there by Cash Payne, the senior.
Elliott lost 2.
Back to the 35-yard line. Yeah, 2-yard loss. Brings up a 3rd down and 13. And they'll let it run out. We head to halftime and the Little Jess Motors halftime show. 35-6, Maroa Forsyth with the advantage. Halftime stats and more your way after this.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the beautiful and historic city that is Pittsfield, Illinois, a community that feels like home.
Home to over 4,000 residents, a progressive and growing community serves as an amazing place to live, learn, work, and play. With civic, charitable, family, and recreational activities available, you'll never be bored here. Attend an event or festival. Play some disc golf on our new championship course. Spend the day fishing, or even catch a Civil War reenactment. As a community driven by success, Pittsfield provides numerous incentives to assist citizens and local businesses. Our goal in Pittsfield is to truly advance and prosper. Staying healthy is made easy here, with access to doctors, dentists, and other medical specialists throughout the community. People come to Pittsfield for a variety of reasons: stately historical homes, an abundance of natural resources, hunting, scenic areas along the Illinois and Mississippi rivers, festivals, recreational opportunities, and much more. People stay in Pittsfield simply because life here is great. Picture yourself in Pittsfield today.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It is a 35-6 lead at the halftime break for Maroa Forsyth on top of the Pittsfield Sockies. And halftime stats are brought to you in part by Moose Lodge 420. Check them out for their Friday meals each Friday at Moose Lodge 420. New specials each week. The food's hot, the drinks are cold at Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield. They'll have their pork chops serving tomorrow at 11 o'clock on West Washington Street in Pittsfield. Well, Maroa Forsyth started the night at the 9:49 mark of the first quarter. Maroa to Reiser on a 16-yard pass. The kick after was good by Luther and made it 7-0. Pittsfield responded at the 6:13 mark of the first quarter. Petty to Leonard on a 30-yard pass. The kick was blocked to make it 7-6. It stayed at that score until the 1:31 mark of the first quarter. Reiser on a 6-yard run. The kick after was good to make it 14-6. That score held for almost an entire quarter, but in the last 2 minutes and 25 seconds of game time, Maroa Forsyth puts up 21 points. 2:24 to play in the first. Blank an 18-yard run. Kick after no good to make it 20-6. 2 minutes left in the half. Reiser a 5-yard run to make it 28-6. And then with 48.2 seconds to play in the half, Reiser a 1-yard run. The kick after was good, and that's how we arrive at this 35-6 halftime score. On the Little Jess Motors halftime show, it is a 35-6 advantage for Maroa Forsyth on top of the Pittsfield Sockies. John has a look at the rest of your halftime stats next.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
Hi, this is Clint Weir. As a law enforcement officer, you trust me every day to fight for justice and seek the truth. You trust me to serve your family and your friends with compassion and understanding. And most importantly, you trust me to lead Pike County with grace and dignity. Now I'm asking you to trust me once again. My little brother, Gage, is running for Pike County Treasurer. As Treasurer, Gage will continue to fight for transparency and fairness to ensure that Pike County continues to be the best place to live and raise a family. You put your trust in me to serve my community. Now I'm asking you to trust my little brother, Gage Weir, to continue a legacy of quality and excellence. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. 35-6, the advantage for Maroa Forsyth here at the halftime break. And for all of your halftime stats, here's John.
First for the Pittsfield Sockies, they finished first half with 3 first downs. Maroa had 15 in the first half. Their leading rusher is 31 yards from Jason McKee on 5 carries, 22 yards on 7 carries for Lane Elliott, 1 yard on 2 carries for Matthew Edwards, -2 yards on 1 carry for Luke Archer on a failed sweep, and no yards on 1 carry for Javen Petty in the first half for 52 rushing yards. Quarterback Petty is 4 of 8 passing for 50% with an interception for 45 yards. Passes were completed. Eli Leonard with 2 catches for 45 yards. -2 yards on 1 reception for Lane Elliott. And Connor Allen had 1 catch for 2 yards in the first half to total out to those 45 passing yards. The punter, Tucker Cook, also had an interception thrown in the first half on a bad snap and ended up with an interception in the first half. So 52 rushing yards, 45 passing yards, 97 total yards of offense in the first half for the Sockies. Sockies were called for 5 penalties for 35 yards. I believe all of those called in the first quarter, 4 of the 5 being called on one set of plays where they did eventually end up scoring, but really put themselves in a tough position there. The Maroa Forsyth Trojans had 15 first downs in the first half. Their leading rusher is 59 yards on 7 carries from Aiden Reiser, 45 yards on 8 carries from Jacob Blunk. And the quarterback, Caden Maurer, got 25 yards on 3 carries to total out to 129 rushing yards. Maurer is 9 of 14, passing for 64% for 80 yards and an interception in that first half. They also ran Jack Horv for a set of plays where he was 3 of 4, which is 75% for 14 yards. Those passes were completed 23 yards on 2 catches for Mitch Williams, 48 yards on 4 catches from Zane Giles, 67 yards on 4 catches from the running back, Aiden Reiser, and 10 yards on 2 catches for Braxton Mitchell, and then, 14 yards on 3 catches for Jacob Blunk in the first half. 129 rushing yards, 94 passing yards, 223 total yards of offense in the first half for Maroa Forsyth. They were called for 7 called penalties for 65 yards in penalties in that first half of play.
FM Stats brought to you in part by Waters Concrete. Tim Waters offers quality concrete for your new build, driveways, sidewalks, decorative patios, anything with concrete. It's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. Call Tim Waters, 309-252-1052. It's Waters Concrete. The Saukey Marching Band has taken the field for the halftime entertainment here at Glenn C. Smith Field. On the scoreboard, it's Maroa Forsyth 35, Pittsfield 6 on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Quincy, Illinois is the place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are met. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. Maroa Forsyth has the advantage here on the Little Jess Motor halftime show. Back with scores from around the area after this.
Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales. Adney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Adney Home Improvement's 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman, Illinois FBFM and Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's a 35-6 advantage for Maroa Forsyth on top of the Pittsfield Sockies here at the halftime break. We want to take a look at some scores from around the area. Unity Payson on top of Triopia 44-0 with 5:17 to play in the third period there. So Unity Payson going to pick up their third win of the year, moved to 3-2 on the season. And one of those losses was a heartbreaking loss to Calhoun on a 31-yard field goal in the last couple minutes of the game. So they very easily could be 4-1. Instead, 3-2 and fighting for to keep their playoff lives intact. But big wins back-to-back will always help. Pleasant Hill Western on top of North Green at the half, 24-8, and the pair of two teams looking for their first wins of the year. We can also tell you that, let's look here, John. And what I think is a little bit of a surprise, at halftime it's Rochester 21, Glenwood 7, although it's at Rochester, and why do you ever think Derek Leonard's not going to figure out how to make his team better every week?
He's going to game plan and at least play you well for a while, isn't he? And
up 21-7.
They're up 21-7 against a very good Glenwood team.
Glenwood's a state-ranked team, as is Rochester. I mean, they're 3-1. They're 1 losses to Sacred Heart Griffin, who might be pretty good this year as well. After a quarter, Quincy High leads Galesburg 14-0 in their contest. Of course, those games start a little later, usually with the JV games being played ahead of time. Let's see here, John. What else can we tell you about? Oh, Tani has 200 strikeouts on the year. How about that? Alton on top of Alton trailing at the half against Belleville East, 20-0 at the halftime break. Quincy Notre Dame is beating Breeze Mater Dei 21-7 at the half. Brown County took the opening drive of the second half, took it right down the field, and the PAT was no good. They lead Beardstown 6-0, 6:06 to play in the third. Auburn on top of Port at the half, 19-6 in a Sangamo Conference game. Trying to see if we can get to that Williamsville score. That's what I'm kind of interested in at this point in time. They and Athens playing this week.
It was a close game earlier, right?
Especially at the beginning when it was 0-0.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can get an update here on Williamsville Athens. Halftime, Williamsville 27, Athens 6. So Williamsville trying to pull away in that one a little bit. I wonder, what do you think about Olympia, New Berlin? What are they doing tonight, John? Have you seen the score on them?
Charlie, I don't have a phone tonight.
Oh, no, John lost his phone.
We're broadcasting on my phone, so I can't use it.
It is a halftime lead for Olympia, 22-15 over New Berlin at the half. And New Berlin starts the second half of the ball, so a competitive game there. Here it's 35-6. Maroa Forsyth has the advantage on top of Pittsfield. Our final break of the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Second half play-by-play your way next on Central Illinois Sports.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market. Your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, hunting, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver.
Thank you to Little Jess Motors for being our halftime sponsor here on Central Illinois Sports. 35-6, Maroa Forsyth has the advantage. Trojans will kick off to start the second half. They're yet to kick it really very deep. They've tried an onside once that went 2 yards, and then a really kind of a little pop-up kick that they recovered at about the 38-yard line, I think it was, something like that.
Yeah.
I would think you'd see Pittsfield move up a little bit. And
they got the ball to 42 that time.
42. I think he'd move up a little bit because nobody's kicked deep yet.
Not even really attempted to kick deep. It's been a pooch pop-up kick every time.
Alana Express here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. You'll find them on the south side of the square in Pittsfield, open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. They see patients ages 18 months and older. Learn more about the services offered at Illini Express by visiting IlliniHospital.org.
When the Sakis have caught the ball in the air, then they have secured the ball and even had a couple of decent returns.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Catch the ball. It's like punts. You understand, like punts that you want to get away from because they're just really poorly kicked. But man, if you catch most of those in the air, even if you just fair catch them, you're going to be better off than letting the ball roll.
It's most of the time going to roll against you.
Luther has it teed up, ready to go.
Maybe a little more crowded together.
Oh, he's looking for. He needs a football.
Oh. Is that a requirement for a football game?
Yep. It is.
If you're sure. Okay, here we go. He maybe needed the kicking ball.
All right, 35-6, Maroa Forsyth here at the break. Luther has his hand in the air. He's ready to go with the second half kickoff. It is a high kick, not extremely deep. Somebody's got to get it. It's a live ball. The Sakis do have somebody alertly up and on that ball. That young man is Justin Pinnock. And the Sakis will take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line with 11:58 to play in the third. That was one of those in-betweeners. And Pinnock alertly came and got the ball. All right, let's see what the Sakis want to go with to start the second half here on the offensive side. Petty is over at the sideline getting the play call. He'll bring it in. Single receiver to the right is Leonard. 2 receivers to the left. Peterbow is also in as the kind of an offset back.
Super back, right?
Sure. Elliott's the deep back. They'll hand it off to Elliott on the left side. Has a good hole left side. Runs over a man at the end of the run, and I think has a first down, but that's because of a penalty flag and a hold at the 46. And Saddle will move it back to the 36-yard line and make it 1st and 17. So instead of 2nd and short or maybe even a first down, it is 1st and 17 with the hold. That's why Elliott was able to get around that edge so readily.
Well, and Charlie, I think we played one play with their football too, so that was part of it.
It could be a faster ball.
Yeah, they were playing with the fastball. Hey, move back. There you go.
1st and 17 from their own 36. Petty takes the snap, fumbles it. The running back dives on it. Elliott is the man that recovers it back to the 33, a loss of 3, and it's 2nd and 20. Less than an ideal start.
Snap was a little low, but it sure felt catchable.
Yeah, I agree.
Petty just never could corral it.
Not that bad of a snap. Fingers could be cold, I guess. I don't know. Wasn't anything wrong with that snap. From Dax Nutter, the sophomore center. That one hits Petty in the hands as well, and he fumbles it again. Now he picks it up, going to try to run with it. And Petty, not the most elusive ball carrier in the world, left to the 34, gains a yard, and it's 3rd and 19.
That one hit him in the chest.
Yeah. 10:54 and counting in the 3rd. Now Peterbilt comes off the field as they bring another receiver on, and Pinnock, Allen, and Leonard on this side of things in the trips, and it looks like Jackson split out wide left. In a 3rd and very long, 3rd and 19. Petty is back to pass. He looks downfield. It is nearly intercepted, incomplete pass. And it'll be 4th down here. The punt team will come on the field. 4th and 19.
Well covered that time by Braxton Mitchell.
That it was, John. And the drive that started with 11:58 and ended with 10:30 to play in the 3rd quarter. So a minute and 28 seconds on that drive. And it went backwards by 9 yards. Cook gets a good snap this time. He puts his boot into this one. End over end kick. Maurer is going to see it bounce, and now he will let it roll dead at the 25. Nice job by Tucker Cook on that punt. And Maroa Forsyth will start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line with 10:19 to play here in the 3rd. The Trojans put up 35 points in the first half, as we said, with 2:25 left in the half. It was a 14-6 game, so 21 points in that short amount of time.
Yeah.
Set up by short fields on a kickoff that was fumbled, or I guess never really corralled, and then also an interception. Trips left. Maurer's in the gun. He's going to keep it himself, looking for a hole. He's going to be hit and taken down by Elliott and McKee, but not before he gets to the 32. Extra whistle is what?
I don't know. They didn't see a flag ever come out.
Up to the 32, gain of 7, brings up a 2nd and 3. 2nd down and 3 for the Trojans on their first drive of this 3rd period. Maurer stands tall in the pistol. He will hand it off on the right side. Ball carrier here is Blunk or Reiser. Let's see who comes off the bottom of that pile. It's Blunk up to the 36, and it's a 1st and 10.
16th first down.
4-yard pickup brings up a 1st and 10. Reinhardt and Forsyth in on the stop that time for Pittsfield. A couple more sophomores. There's playing a ton of them out here. Put a man in motion right to left. They'll pitch it to the motion man. He's looking for blockers out in front. This is Mitchell. Mitchell is going to be tripped up and taken down after a gain up near the 39-yard line. Gain of the play at 3. Brings up a 2nd and 7. 2nd down, 7 yards to go here. Just over 9 minutes to play in the 3rd. Pittsfield's had some moments in this game where they've played well. Just, man, that letdown right before the end of the first half to make the score what appears to be out of hand. Now here's Maurer back to pass. Sets his feet, being pressured by Smith. He'll hit his intended receiver, and Reiser will be taken down immediately by Connor Allen near the sideline. They'll give him forward progress to the 37-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play, and it brings up a 3rd down and 9. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. 8:44 and counting in the 3rd. Can the defense get off the field this time for Pittsfield? Maurer in the gun. He will hand it off along the right-hand side. The defense is going to hold this time. Shaw in on the stop for the Sockies. And along with Cook. Ball carrier taken out for no gain on the play. That was Blunk again. No gain. It'll bring up 4th down. So Pittsfield's defense does what they were supposed to do the first time on their side of the ball here in the second half. 8:06 to play in the 3rd. Would you see a fake here possibly?
I could see that.
They have a guy walking in play down the sideline. I know he's on the sideline, but he's in play. Edwards is going to pick it up, and he's going to be hit immediately.
That was a bad idea. He should have just...
I don't know. Here's the thing. If you have good ball security in that point...
He kept it from going any further back.
Yeah, it was going to roll another 10 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, did he take a little bit of a hit? Yeah, but if you can hang on to the ball there, that's not a bad play. Pittsfield will have it at their own 27, 1st and 10. 7:49 to play in the 3rd. So nice job by the defense for the Sockies. Can the offense get something going here? 1st and 10. Petty in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He trips the running back as they run into each other in the backfield. Running back was McKee. They ran into each other. Back to the 25. Lost 2. 2nd and 12. Not been a good start to the second half offensively for Pittsfield. They're negative 11 yards on the net yardage right now.
Not very smooth.
They've had trouble catching the snap. They've run into the running back that time. It's got to be cleaner. Week 5. Petty back to pass. A little bit of a high snap. Brings it in. Has some time. Now he gets out of the pocket. And
he's got to get rid of it.
And does. Holy cow. Tom Shaw couldn't catch it on the sideline. Who would have thunk that? Incomplete pass. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 12. Tom had an interception once in his life.
He did. He ran it back for a touchdown.
Yeah, the play was timed by the setting sun, actually. 7:08 left in the 3rd. Petty looks to the sideline for the play call here. Really didn't get that one far enough out. It was dangerously close to being still in play. 3rd and 12. Clock stops with 7:08 to play in the 3rd. This drive started with 7:49 to play in the period. Here comes the pressure. Petty will get it out of there in a hurry to Leonard. Leonard looking for a blocker. Takes it up across the 30 to around the 33-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play. And it'll bring up 4th down and be a punting situation for the Sockies. So as he went out of bounds with 7:02 to play, a drive that's going to only take about 47 seconds off the clock. And Cook gets a little bit of a high snap. He punts it toward the sideline. It'll go kind of along the sideline for a moment. Go out of bounds at around the 34-yard line, and that's where Maroa will start 1st and 10 at their own 34. With 6:54 to play in this 3rd period. The Pike County Express is your locally owned family newspaper. They've been serving Pike County since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you. 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 34-yard line. 6:54 to play in the 3rd, and here's a false start. That'll move them back 5 yards and make it 1st and 15.
They had several guys that weren't set there. It just looked like Maurer maybe snapped the ball before everybody was ready.
Was the series where Maurer was not the quarterback weird to you? It was weird to me.
He's a dynamic player. You're trying to get him out in space, I guess, but they ended up scoring on that series eventually, I think, after he came back in, didn't they?
No, they threw an interception.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, they did. I forgot about that, yeah.
It just was weird. It was a weird change in personnel. Maurer's back to pass, looks left. Now he takes his direction back to the right side. He's got a man downfield, but in between two defenders, and Blunk just couldn't bring it in.
My goodness, that was a well-thrown ball, though, wasn't it?
It was right on the money.
I mean
really
hit him in the numbers.
Should have been caught.
In double coverage, it hit the receiver in the numbers, in stride, and he just couldn't quite bring it in.
He's one of those guys in Maurer that's not very big, so he'll never get a chance to really play much at the next level. He kind of reminds me of Nick Baker from Rochester a couple of years ago. About this kid's like, what do they list him at,
5'6", I think you said, to start the game.
So he's about even 3 inches shorter than Baker was. So Baker had a heck of a career at Carbondale. Now he's back to pass again. Going to try the quick hitter on the right side. Has Giles. Giles trying to look for some yardage. Taken down shy of the 40 at the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 10 on the play, and this will bring up a 3rd down and 5. Those little quick hitters, man, if you can get out in space, you can gain some yardage. Picked up 10 here pretty quick, and it's 3rd and 5 with 6:24 to play in the 3rd. And again, a 3rd down situation where Pittsfield's defense trying to get off the field here. Shotgun. Maurer takes the snap, back to pass. Sets his feet, throws down the middle of the field. It is a sliding catch made there by Mitchell. Braxton Mitchell all the way to the Saukey 40-yard line. A pickup of 21 yards and a 1st down to the Saukey 40. 1st and 10 here in Pittsfield territory for Maroa Forsyth. Maurer back to pass again. Has time. Stands tall in the pocket. That ball is incomplete.
Intercepted.
That's intercepted as it was tipped and taken by Elliott down the sideline. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Hits a man at the 5, and he's out of bounds. Right at the 5-yard line. Tipped by Jackson. Picked by Elliott. That'll be 1st and goal at the 5. 5:44 to play in the 3rd. Elliott scooted down the line after Jackson was able to tip it away. Got to get him away with a touchdown here if you're Pittsfield. Right here, line up under center, get the I formation behind you, get Peterbow's big body out in front, and run the ball. Petty will be under center with the I formation behind him. Peterbow's the tight end on the right with Allen off the line. They'll hand it off to Elliott. Looking right, not much there that time as Thompson got pushed into the backfield at the guard spot. No gain on the play, 2nd and goal from the 5. You got Mowen and White to the left. I think that's where you got to run it. Those are your best 2 linemen. The 2 guys that have started for last 3 years for Mowen, last 2 years for White. Now the rain starts again. Petty takes the snap, hands it off to McKee, and again, not much there. This time White got pushed back into the backfield, and it's going to be a 3rd and goal from the 5. Just can't get a push. Rain falling now on the fans. 4:55 to play in the 3rd. Pittsfield with a 3rd and goal from the 5. You've got to get a touchdown here. I'm not even talking about in the sake of trying to win the game. I'm not saying you're going to come back down 35-6, but you got to get a score here. Now the play call is really slow getting in. They got to burn a timeout. Yep, that's the right thing. It was slow coming in. There was some confusion on the personnel. Call a timeout, get it right. 4:31 to play in the 3rd. Pittsfield will have it 3rd and goal when we come back.
I am Shelley Brinicki. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicki for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicki for Pike County Clerk.
.431 to play in the 3rd. 35-6 the advantage for Maroa Forsyth on the Trucks scoreboard. Pittsfield has it 3rd and goal from the Maroa Forsyth 5-yard line. Trying to punch it in here. Shotgun formation. Edwards is the single back. 2 receivers to either side. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Petty keeps it himself, and he's taken down after a 2-yard loss on the play. Back to the 7, and it's 4th and goal, I should say, from the 7. 4th and goal from the 7. 4:09 and counting to the 3rd. 35-6 Maroa Forsyth. That was the halftime score. Pinnock comes off the field. Now they come out with the I formation. They're going to try to isolate Jackson on that side. I bet you almost my last dollar. Maroa's going to put 2 guys on him. You've got 1 receiver now. Under center. Nope, they're going to pitch it to McKee. He's going to be stopped in the backfield. Saki's never got the block. Lose back to the 10. 3-yard loss on the play. Turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for Maroa from the Saki 10. Let's talk about a punch in the gut. 3:46 to play in the 3rd. From the Saki 10-yard line, here's your defense got to come up with a play, right? They've made a couple of stops the last couple of times. Get another one here. Flip the field. From the 5, you got to score.
Yeah.
Maurer under center. He's going to pitch it to Reiser. Reiser's got the student body in front of him. Ball comes out. It's loose, and who's got it? It looks like Pittsfield does, and they come on and make a signal. They do have it. He was hit by McKee. That ball's recovered by Peterbow. And Misaki defense gets the turnover they were looking for. 1st and 10 at the Maroa 21-yard line. So he gained 11 yards and then coughed it up.
Reiser would have had the first down.
3:39 to play in the 3rd. 1st and 10 from the Maroa 21-yard line for Pittsfield. Two receivers left, 2 to the right-hand side. Petty in the gun with the single back behind him and Yelliot. Here comes the blitz. Petty back to pass. It's picked up. Now he's chased out of the pocket and they're going to throw it away.
He actually hit a receiver in the Leonard in the flats, just couldn't bring it in as it was a rocket.
2nd and 10. Clock stops at the 3:32 mark of this 3rd period. Must be some issues, they said, with the play clock tonight. I haven't noticed them. Maybe just the guy running it. Oh, everybody's got jokes. 2nd and 10. Javen Petty takes the snap, pitches it backwards, and the man hit in the backfield is McKee back to the 30.
You cannot pitch the ball directly backward. If you do, it's going to go backward.
Loses to the 30, and this brings up a 3rd down and 18. Saki's ran that option play a couple times last week. And
did the same thing as that right there.
They fumbled it once.
Oh, that's true.
3rd and 18. 3:07 and counting in the 3rd. Yeah, that's one of those plays that I've seen it 3 times now. I think it's not a good one.
They ran the option. The first week they put the option in, they ran the option pretty well. But
Petty back to pass. Looks, he has Leonard. It's going to be a very short gain inside the 30 to the 29. Gain of 2 yards on the play, and it's 4th and 16. So to the 29-yard line after getting the interception. Gone backwards here. 4th and 16 from the 29. 2:25 and counting in the 3rd. 35-6 Maroa Forsyth on the Trucks scoreboard. Trips left, single receiver to the right is Leonard. Petty's back to pass. Out to his left, now steps up, looking, throws downfield. It is caught.
Caught in bounds.
Caught by Jackson. It's close to the first down.
Yeah, it's got to be. Oh, they're going to call it a first down, I think.
Or they're just moving the chains to reset. Yeah, it's not a first down.
No.
We had turnover on down. Oh, my goodness. They called it a first down.
Wow.
Holy cow. They gained 16.
And they needed 18. You got to give them 18 then, right?
No, he needed 16. It was
4th
and 16. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Hausers. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Petty's in the gun. He takes the snap. Back to pass. Quick hitter. Left side. It's Jackson. Jackson running forward. Drug down inside the 7 to about the 5, call it 6-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. Second down and 4 yards to go here for Pittsfield. 2nd and 4 from the 6. 1:30 and counting in this third period. Hey, you can take some time here, get a touchdown. You could be the only scorer of the third, right?
You could.
Petty in the gun. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Edwards. Moves back to the 9. Loss of 3 on the play, and it brings up a 3rd down and 7. 3rd down, 7 yards to go here. 1:05 and counting in the third. 35-6 Trojans. That was the halftime score. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. See, did you get Connor Allen on a pass here? Put a man in motion, left to right, and Pinnock. Petty calls for the snap. Back to pass, looking for the slant. It's incomplete. Intended receiver was Jackson. Incomplete pass will stop the clock with 42.6 seconds and bring up a 4th and 7. Is this not a perfect situation for Allen? About 6'1", 6'2", can leap a little bit. They just have not targeted him much on the offensive side this year. Have not had much of an opportunity to see what he can do offensively.
A similar play to that to Allen maybe could have been positive there. You're going to have to hurry.
4th and 6. There's still 13 seconds on the play clock.
Well, I know there's just a lot of guys coming in and out.
Petty will be under center here. 5 seconds. Got to go. 2, 1. Does get it off. He is back to pass. Single receiver out there. Makes a man miss. Throws it up, and it's picked off. Picked off at the 10-yard line by Charlie Gentle. Oh, Charlie Gentle picks it off. The linebacker, 6'1" junior, 160 pounds, and the 3rd interception of the night by the Sockies. And again, Maroa Forsyth's defense keeps Pittsfield out of the end zone. Started with a good field position on an interception of their own, but unable to capitalize on the good field position.
They're going to get the ball on, what is it, the 10?
1st and 10 from their own 10, 34.3 seconds to play in this third period. 2 receivers right. Single man is split out wide here to the left. Maurer going to put a man in motion. Fake to the motion. Man going to come back to the far side of the field with Blunt. Blunt going to be wrestled down on the play by Allen. Up near the 12. Give him a 2-yard gain. And it brings up a 2nd and 8. That could be the last play of the third quarter, it looks like, possibly. And it appears it will be. And after 3 quarters, it's Maroa Forsyth 35, Pittsfield 6. We're back with 4th quarter play-by-play on Central Illinois Sports.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Ready to start the 4th and final quarter of play. It's 35-6 Maroa Forsyth on top of Pittsfield on the Trucks scoreboard. That was the end of the third quarter score, so neither team able to find the end zone in the third. We're here in the 4th. I'm going to say this out loud, John. If Pittsfield can keep this from being a running clock game, that's a positive.
I agree.
It's a step
It could
forward.
easily be a 26 game
20,
right now.
Yeah, 20-6. Or... yeah, 20-6.
20-6.
I
mean,
agree. You got to get the one score.
Yeah.
For sure. Two receivers right. Two men are close there on the left side. This is going to be a running play. Maurer's in the gun. Takes the snap. He's going to sprint out to his left. Now he does throw it downfield and has his man up near the 25-yard line. Blunk to the 25. A gain of 13 on the play and a first down. First down, 10 yards to go here. Just underway in the fourth.
Blunk, you said, right?
Blunk. B-L-U-N-C-K. Blunk. Maurer back to pass again. Pressured, throws downfield. It is in and out of the hands of Giles. Well played that time on the defensive side by Leonard. Brings up a 2nd and 10. Eli Leonard's played well tonight.
That one may have been overthrown a little bit.
2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. Brillette and Twine, their local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, and much, much more. Stop by and see them. By them, I mean Rick and Tracy Real.
And Nick now.
And Nick as well.
Yeah.
Nick, Rick, Tracy. 285-50-13. Here's Maurer on the handoff to Reiser. Reiser trying to bounce it outside is going to be drugged down by the ankles there by Allen up at the 30-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Just over 11 minutes to play in this contest.
Saki defense has played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, take away 2 minutes, 25 seconds, right? Here's a handoff up the middle to Blunk. Blunk is going to be, the ball came out again.
I believe
Connor
it
Allen's
did.
Got it. The ball came out again, and Connor Allen has the ball. Another takeaway.
Blunk was the ball carrier. He gained a couple there.
He fumbled it away,
and then he fumbled it away.
1st and 10 at the Maroa 36-yard line.
Excuse me, Reiser was the ball carrier.
11:05 to play in the third. I think it was Blunk. 1st and 10 from the 36. And you got to capitalize on one of these situations where you start in your opponent's territory. They're going to call it even the 37, it looks like here. Shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Petty in the gun, back to pass. All kinds of pressure. Makes a man miss in the backfield. Throws it downfield, wide open, Connor Allen. And there he goes for the score. A touchdown from Petty to Allen. And 6 for number 6 with 10:56 to play in the fourth. To make it 35-12. Sakis now will go for 2. So scoring the only touchdown so far in this second half is Pittsfield. Now they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. What do we call that, John? A 37-yard pass?
37-yard pass.
And here's a false start on the extra point. So they'll move back 5 yards and have to do it again.
Second penalty of the second half. Just needed extra room, right?
Yeah. Elliott is the running back. Petty is the quarterback. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Gotta go here. 10 seconds. Everybody's still looking at their wrist. Petty takes a snap. Back to pass. Looking for the right part of the end zone. Looking for Allen again. And this time it's well played by Maroa's defensive back to knock it away. But Pittsfield with the first score of the second half to make it 35-12. 10:55 to play in the contest.
Welcome to Westtown Ford, serving Central and West Central Illinois. When you're shopping for a new vehicle, we believe you need a comfortable ambiance, dynamic selection of vehicles, competitive options for financing, and high-quality service to feel confident and stress-free throughout the car buying process. At Westtown Ford, you will find just that, a great selection of Ford models and a team that will make the process as smooth as possible. Westtown Ford Lincoln in Jacksonville, just 30 minutes away from high prices.
10:55 to play, 35-12. Maroa Forsyth on top of Pittsfield on the Trucks scoreboard. TRUX Trucks. Check them out on Facebook. They can help you with all of your diesel repair needs.
And as Charlie's told you earlier, they're operating mobile only right now while their new building gets built in the industrial park, but they're glad to come out and help you anytime.
Which is true. (35-12). Your Pittsfield, there's no reason to onside kick. No reason. No reason to onside.
Kick the ball as far as you can.
Your defense has taken the ball away.
Yeah.
There's no reason to onside here.
Yeah, your defense has taken the ball away the last two plays. You want to kick the ball deep so you can get it down there again, right?
My thought, Cook will onside here. It's going to be recovered by the Trojans.
It was honestly a really good onside attempt as the ball was hopping and bouncing, but...
Start 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. 10:55 to play in this contest. Call it the 43, in fact.
The chains are set up the wrong direction. The referee knew it. The line judge on that side kept telling them to stay where they were. I don't know why.
Single receiver to the right, one man to the left-hand side. Mauer's in the gun. Hands the ball off to the running back, looking for some room as Blunk. He is taken down. Nice play out there by Connor Allen. He's played well on the defensive side. He fought through a blocker and made the tackle up at the 47.
Leonard was in on that tackle also.
Gain of 5 on the play, brings up a 2nd and 5. Yeah, but
no.
Yeah, Allen had the initiative.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
It was also blocked on the play. 2nd and 5. Ooh, 2nd and 6. Didn't get much there, did they? We thought we'd get a long chain on that side. Now a little confusion in the backfield by Maroa Forsyth. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Mauer's in the gun. Puts a man in motion, and Blunk fakes to the motion man. Coming back this side to the quarterback Mauer's. Got the first down and more. Tripped up, taken down inside the Saki 40 to the 37-yard line. A pickup of 16 yards and a 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Maroa with 48 yards on 5 carries, 20th first down of the night for Maroa Forsyth.
1st and 10 with 10-10 and counting in this 4th quarter.
On the clock.
Brown County beats Beardstown 6-0 in the final. A little bit of a slugfest on the defensive side. Texas white left something was the
ball
play call.
screen.
I could hear it from here.
That's what I heard, but
put Reiser in motion, going to sling it out to him. It's an incomplete pass as it was thrown just off the mark. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Could have been ball screen.
I like Spider Y Banana myself.
Spider tack. No, that's different, isn't it?
The defensive mud bog, it says, won by Brown County over Beardstown, 6-0.
Must have rained more there.
Olympia leads New Berlin 34-15. That's pulled away in the second half. Here's a run here. Reiser is going to take it down near the 36-yard line. Gains 2 on the play. And brings up a 3rd down and 8. 3rd down, 8 yards to go. 9:33 and counting in this contest. 35-12. Maroa Forsyth on the Trucks scoreboard. Now they'll split Giles out here to the right. 2 receivers left, and Mitchell and Blunk over there, it looks like. Mauer's in the gun with Reiser standing behind him. They put Reiser in motion. Back to pass goes Mauer, looking downfield. Now flushed out of the pocket for a moment. Looks across the middle. It is incomplete. Really nice job by the defensive back of McAllister back there. And it stops the clock, brings up a 4th and 8 for the Trojans. With 9:09 left.
You could punt here.
Not from the 36.
I was thinking they were on the. I was thinking they were just a little further back.
You're not punting from the 36.
No. I don't think they were punting either way, but
it is 4th and 8. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. The wide guy was lined up about 6 yards off sides for a second. Then he looked down the line. Mauer's in the gun, naked back there, all by himself. He goes back to pass, looks down the middle of the field. Reiser in and out of his hands, and incomplete. It'll bring up a 1st down for the Sakis as the defense again gets a stop. They're pitching a shutout so far in the second half. Hey, remember how I told you Lena Winslow was trailing for the first time on the season?
Now they're not.
Yeah, now they're up 46-26. I think all you did was ticked them off. Williams was up big on Athens, 41-12 in their game, 2:27 left. Williams will outfit their good program. Aaron Coons does it right. First and 10 for the Sockies from their own 36, but not before a penalty flag flies and a false start. Call it a first and 15.
55 yards and penalties on 8 called penalties now for the Sockies.
.904 left. Could be 20-12.
Very easily could be 20-12.
I'm
Isn't that onside?
I'm not saying easily. I'm not saying easily by any
Okay,
stretch.
well, that's okay.
Low snap. Petty back to pass. He looks to his left. Tries to elude the man. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet and scampers out of bounds near the 35. Caught the 30. What? Loses yardage on the play, doesn't he? No, he's going to gain a little bit, I guess.
Cup 2?
33-yard line. Gain of 2, second and 13. He was not the most elusive guy in the world. Second and 13 here, 8:56 left from their own 33-yard line. He hands the ball off now. Saki's pulled the tackle from that side on the far side, and he came around and looked like he was lost. Didn't guard, didn't block anybody. Third down and 13 as he gains nothing on the play.
Who is the ball carrier?
McKee.
Thank you.
Third down, 13. 8:30 left. Clock counting down. Truck scoreboard, 35-12, Maroa. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left-hand side. Petty in the gun. On a third and long again. They've been in these situations too many times tonight. Linebacker showing blitz. Saki line picks it up. Petty throws to the right to the short receiver. Incomplete. Leonard the intended man. Penalty flag. It's a hold against the Sakis back at the 25. Would think you'd turn it down if you're Maroa Forsyth.
I would turn it down.
Hold actually happened to the 30, the referee tells us. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 13, or are they going to accept it?
Or a 3rd down and...
Very long. They're going to accept it.
Okay.
From the 30. So that'll be back to the 20. Add 13 yards on what you had here, and this is 3rd and 26. So 3rd and 26, they're trying to go for a kill shot here. Ball is back at the 20. 3rd down, 26 yards.
Can bite you in the butt.
Could. Somebody's got to execute, though.
That's very true.
Petty's got Edwards now in the backfield. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right-hand side. Just over 8 minutes left in this ball game. 3rd and 26. Takes the snap, back to pass, looking for the quick hitter, has his man. Ball caught that time by Isaac Helms on his first catch of the night. Helms is taken up near the 27-yard line, a gain of 7, and it brings up 4th and 19. Now Pittsfield will have to punt. 4th and 19 with 7:46 left.
He did not go out of bounds. Why is the clock not running?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe he did. I don't know. I didn't think he did.
Cook's punt, end-over-end kick. Maurer will not have a chance of that one because it kind of hit and died. And it's down to the 43-yard line, and that's where Maroa Forsyth starts 1st and 10 at their own 43. 7:36 to play in this contest. Pleasant Hill, Western, 44-14 over North Green. 7:11 left in the game. Looks like the Wolves going to move to their first win of the year and have a date with the Oaken Bucket next week.
Seems like a date that you'd get splinters in, Charlie.
I think it's the 50th Oaken Bucket game as well. Maurer's under center. Going to give it off to the left-hand side and Reiser. Reiser spins and is tripped up, taken down. Up near the 47-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play, brings up a 2nd down and 6. Second down, 6 yards to go here. Here's the rain again.
Reiser with 83 yards on 12 carries.
Here comes the rain. Did you see the sun rise this morning, John?
I was already at the hospital when the sun rose, Charlie. Started at 6:30 at Blessing today.
Oh, wow, you're out early. Here's a pitch to Reiser, running right, big hole, uh-oh. Breaks the tackle, drug down by Edwards near the 36-yard line of the Sockies. A gain on the play of 17 yards and a first down. And a timeout taken by Pittsfield here, it looks like, with 6:49 left in this contest as they want to talk some things over on the defensive side. 6:49 left, 35-12 Maroa on top. Back after this.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
6:49 left, 35-12, the advantage for Maroa Forsyth on the Trucks scoreboard. It is a...
Some little kid is shaking the box again tonight. It's an earthquake.
Hand it off to Reiser. Reiser will cut back up the middle on a 1st and 10. Takes it down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. Let's bring up a 2nd and 3.
Reiser with 107 yards on 14 carries. Sockies have got some new guys in there maybe.
They do?
Levi Kendall made the tackle, they said.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I was just guessing. Well, RJ Allred's there in the middle, I believe, so they do have some new guys in there.
Maurer under center. He will keep the ball on the quarterback keeper. Taken down. Nope, still on his feet. Gets away from the tackle, and there he goes. Broke a tackle, and there he goes for the score. Kendall had him wrapped up, it looked like that time, but could not bring him in, and Maurer takes it in from 29 yards out for the score to make it 41-12, Maroa. 5:57 left, 41-12 on the Trucks scoreboard. Here comes Luther for the extra point try. Hold this down. The kick is up. The kick is, well, they ran into the kicker. It should be a penalty, but not called, and it is good. 42-12. Maroa Forsyth has the advantage over the Sockies. 5:57 left on Central Illinois Sports.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
42-12, excuse me, the lead for Maroa Forsyth as Luther will now kick it off. after the touchdown run by Maurer and the extra point by Luther. He kicks it high, not extremely deep. Saki's Foster will come up and catch it at the 30-yard line. Cuts back, and now he has the side. 50-yard line, still on his feet, 45. And there's old Lightning Lane Foster there to the 45-yard line. He can scoot in a hurry. He was a broken tackle away from a touchdown.
Into the Maroa 45 there.
Yep. 1st and 10 with 5:51 to play. In the JV game on Monday night, Lane, I think, had 3 touchdowns maybe, 30-some yards apiece.
I believe we ran Lane left several times.
And then ran Lane right. Petty's in the gun. 2 receivers either side. He takes a snap, hands it off to Elliott, showing some patience in the backfield, but then he's struck down for a loss. Back to the 46-yard line, loss of a yard, brings up a 2nd down and 11. 2nd down and 11 yards to go, 5:30 and counting in this contest. Here comes a whole new offensive line now for the Sakis, other than the center Cook.
Basically a whole new offense other than the center and the quarterback.
5:10 left in a 42-12 game. Petty will hand it off. Now he'll keep it himself. Still on his feet. And he showed some good elusiveness that time. Down to the 38-yard line, a gain of 8 on the play, and it brings up a 3rd down and 3. 3rd down, 3 yards to go here. Both teams with some different guys out there.
And again, today I'm going to ask, do the Sakis have no one else on the sideline that can play quarterback at the end of a game?
Not at the moment. 4:30 left. 2 receivers to either side on a 3rd and 3. Petty takes the snap, looking on the right side. Has it completed out there.
Ooh.
Penalty flag out on the sideline, though. Receiver was Luke Archer.
Hold against the Sakis.
Not going to matter. Archer was about a yard short. Who else was out there to even hold?
Had to be the other receiver on that far side.
So that'll negate the play here.
Just going to say it didn't even happen.
So it'll be back to the 48 now. So a loss of 10 brings up a 3rd and 13.
Archer says it happened. I got hit hard there.
They're down, 13 yards to go. Petty in the gun, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Snap back, throws across the middle, and intended receiver that time was Pennick, incomplete. Bring up 4th down. I'd sure like to see that clock moving. 3:55 left. Here comes the punt team onto the field. And you guys walking around the sideline without their helmet on. Just, the game's not over. Put your helmet on your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They do have 11 guys. That's the right number.
It's a good start.
Maroa will not send anybody back. It's a low snap. Cook had to go down to a knee to get it, and they're going to call him down there. His knee hit the ground. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. So that's going to be where the ball is down.
Yeah. Wait, why are they putting the ball? I'm really confused about why they're putting the ball where they're putting the ball, though.
They just got to get it up there. Should be about the 43.
That's what I thought, but it sure looks like they're going to. Okay, well.
It's the 44, and that's where Maroa takes over 1st and 10 at their opponent's 44-yard line. 3:52 left. Some confusion now in personnel for Pittsfield. And the Sakis have to take a timeout. 3:54 left, 42-12. Maroa Forsyth on top. Back after this.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
3:52 left, 42-12, the lead for Maroa on the Trucks scoreboard. Sakis came out of the timeout with a man short after not having the right personnel on the field, came out man short defensively. Here's the quarterback. This is Horv again. Jack Horv runs forward for a 2-yard gain. Archer on the stop. 2-yard gain brings up a 2nd down and 8. Horv in the gun. He'll hand it off along the right-hand side. No, Horv keeps it, passes downfield. Hits his man in Grant Smith. Smith going to be taken down near the 30-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards on the play and a 1st and 10.
Who was the receiver, Charlie?
Smith.
Good old Smith.
Grant Smith. He's a sophomore, 6'4", 180. On the basketball team. Horv in the gun, 3:05 and counting, 1st and 10. He will hand it off. Ball carrier looking for running room on the right-hand side. Man spins, makes a man miss. That's Andre Harden, a junior.
Andre's a quick fella.
Takes it down to the 15-yard line, a gain of 15, and another 1st and 10. 42-12 the score. Maroa Forsyth with the advantage on the Trucks scoreboard. They're going to move to 5-0. Pittsfield's going to drop to 0-5 on the year. Playoff drought continues. Horv now going to keep it. Cook's got him wrapped up and then hangs on long enough for a teammate to come in and help out there on the tackle. Gain of a yard on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 9. 2nd down, 9 yards to go here. 2:07 and counting. Horv looks to the sideline. The 2nd and 9. The second unit trying to get a score on the board. Puts a man in motion from the far side. Fakes to the motion man. Hands it off to the guy on the near side. That's Jalen Kasher. Kasher going to be taken down shy of the 10 at about the 11. A gain of 3 on the play, and this is a 3rd down and 6. 3rd down, 6 yards to go, 1:30 and counting. Cook coming off the field for a fresh guy out there. I think Forsyth. Trying to clog up that middle. 3rd down and 6. Trips right, 2 receivers to the left. Sakis will not play a JV game Monday. They don't play Maroa in freshman or a JV ball traditionally. They give it off to Kasher again. I think that's Kasher. Nope, that's, yeah, it is Kasher. Jalen Kasher. He's taken down shy of the goal line, down to the 1. A gain of 10 on the play. It's 1st and goal from the 1. Now they're going to say 2, all right. 2-yard line. So a gain of 9. A minute left. Could just kneel it out.
They won't.
No. Horv will be under center. You might be wrong. Looks like they're going to nail it out. They're in victory formation.
Got receivers wide out on both sides, though.
Yeah, he's going to nail it out.
Yep.
Takes a knee. That's what you should do here.
There you go.
And if they can wait a second and not start the play clock, I think that'll be the final play of the game.
Play clock is just behind the...
Yep, so they got around one more. Horv under center. Takes the snap. Takes a knee. Bottom of this one's going to be a 42-12 win for Maroa Forsyth. They move to 5-0 on the year. The Sakis drop to 0-5. And we take you to the Illini Community Hospital postgame show with final stats after this.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Welcome back to the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. Final score in this one, a 42-12 win for Maroa Forsyth over Pittsfield. A game that in the last 2:25 of the first half really turned around and really allowed Maroa Forsyth to pull away. And the Sockies, although played fairly well defensively in the second half, gave up 1 score. And putting 1 score on the board themselves, just found themselves in a hole that was too great to overcome. And they fall to 0-5 on the year. 42-12, Maroa Forsyth moves to 5-0. And as we mentioned, the playoff drought for the Sockies continues. It's been since 2009. It's going to be at least one more, as 0-5 going to take you out of playoff contention if you are Pittsfield, but still 4 games left to see what you can put together and try to put together a respectable end of your year. On the Illini Community Hospital postgame show, John's going to look at final stats.
First, for the Pittsfield Sockies, they finished the game with 5 first downs to 25 for Maroa Forsyth. Their leading rushers were 18 yards apiece for Jason McKee and Lane Elliott, both on 10 carries, 9 yards on 5 carries for Javen Petty, -2 yards on 1 carry for Luke Archer, -2 yards on 3 carries for Matthew Edwards, to total out to 41 rushing yards. The Sockies had 52 rushing yards in the first half, so they netted -11 rush yards in the second half of play. Petty was 10 of 21 passing for 47% for 121 yards. Passes completed to Eli Leonard, 55 yards on 4 catches, 39 yards on 2 receptions for Connor Allen, -2 yards on 1 catch for Lane Elliott, 22 yards on 2 receptions for Jeremiah Jackson, and 7 yards on 1 catch late in the game for Isaac Helms. So 41 rush yards, 121 passing yards, 162 total yards of offense for the Sockies in the ball game. Sockies were called for 75 yards and penalties on 10 called penalties on the evening. Maroa Forsyth, as I said, had 25 first downs. Their leading rusher was 107 yards on 14 carries from Aiden Reiser, 56 yards on 12 carries for Jacob Blunk, 77 yards on 6 carries for quarterback Caden Maurer, 3 yards on 1 carry for Braxton Mitchell, 1 yard on 4 carries for Jack Horv, and 15 yards on 1 carry for Andre Harden, 13 yards on 2 carries for Jalen Kasher, to a total 272 rushing yards. Quarterback Caden Maurer was 13 of 24 passing for 54% for 122 yards. Jack Horv was 4 of 5 for 80% for 26 yards. Those passes were completed 58 yards on 5 catches for Zane Giles, 27 yards on 4 catches for Jacob Blunk, 65 yards on 5 catches for Aiden Reiser, 31 yards on 3 catches for Braxton Mitchell, 12 yards on 1 reception for Grant Smith, and 23 yards on 2 receptions for Mitch Williams, both of those in the first half of play. So 272 rushing yards, 148 passing yards, 420 total yards of offense for Maroa Forsyth on the evening.
Time to name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And Aiden Reiser, with our player of the game nod tonight, had a total of 172 yards of offense, 107 on the ground on 14 carries, and 5 catches for a total of 65 yards to go along with 3 touchdowns on the night. He is tonight's Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Derek Harris, player of the game. That's going to do it from Glenn C. Smithfield. We invite you to join us tomorrow from Jacksonville Route on the campus of the old McMurray College, the land of no water, where